baby. Let's go. Mamma mia. Woohoo! Late 3 minutes. Listen, you. Hey, Softpoke, what's going on? What's going on, Exit? We are live. Oh. Let's do this. D&D battle music. Guys, this is going to be a lot of fun today. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you're all ready for this because I am. Savvy, what's going on? Welcome in, Savvy. How you doing? Kokopelli. Hey, Koala, what's going on here? I was about to say, why are you on my follower list? I'm sorry. Who is Tizzy Q? Hi, Vsauce Michael here. Welcome in, Toby. We're playing the Dungeons and Dragons, okay? Tonight we got another session, and I'm so excited to bring it to all of you. So, just be ready, man. Just be ready. My hair is messy, but that's okay. What is everybody doing? Oh, God. Today's been weird. Today's been a weird day. Let's do it, people. Let's do it. How's everybody doing, though? Everybody having a good day? Hopefully you're having a good day. Hopefully everything's going well for y'all. Today is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun because I had to I had to scramble and get together a one-shot for my players because one of the main crucial cast members who was going to be a main character in this next part of our journey was feeling sick. And it's totally okay because this gave me a wonderful challenge to try and come up with a new story that won't affect the main story in a way where it can literally just kind of weasel its way in and like still be a part of the cohesive group and have fun and all that stuff. So I'm very, very excited. Very excited to do this. Q is now Murder Hobo. Oh, good. Remember that. Remember that. Yes, everyone give some love. Throw all the love and virtual hugs over to Nora because she's not feeling well and she couldn't make it tonight, which is totally fine. It's totally okay. It is all good. We love and appreciate Nora. I'm the first like groupie of Nora when she makes it big as a digital artist in some way, shape, or form and or fashion. So let's just make sure we all understand that first and foremost. But it is okay that she's not here because we can still kind of go forward as it is and have a session either way. So that is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But how's everybody doing? I'm going to vamp for the thing to announce on Discord. And then we'll get started. It's gonna be great. I'll be rolling the red carpet out for her. We love Noro. I'm so hungry. Bruce Bob, welcome in. Also, Lexi, I saw you. You summoned me, tiny man. I did. Welcome in. How you doing? Give me the salt. Oh, you guys are gonna have a lot of fun today. This is gonna be a good time. Was doing good until you summoned Veronica. It's gonna be great, guys. This is gonna be a fantastic session, and I'm very excited. Let me write one thing down. Perfect. Okay, I have the entire plot for today's session in mind. It's gonna be great, it's gonna be juicy, and all of you might like it. You might. There's a good chance you're gonna like it. But I'm very excited for today's session. It's gonna be a really good time. Putting this together suddenly was literally just exciting because I was like, okay, tomorrow I didn't have time to write anything last night. I only had time for like a little bit to really construct something that would be like reasonable and like not totally out of the ordinary. You know what I mean? Thank you, Kokopelli. I really appreciate it for you retweeting that out. So it was fun. It was very fun. I'm very excited. So, okay. Who is ready for this? So close to 2 faces, Tizzy. 2 faces? What do you mean? Oh my gosh, 2. Sorry. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Listen, I'm sorry, okay? Dude, today's been weird for me, but that's okay. We're working through it. Oh my gosh. My hair's so long. I need to cut it, but I can't be bothered. Oh, 2 faces and oh wait, no, wrong saying. This might be a hat kind of day cuz my hair is all over the place. I will pick it up IRL if I have to. You did it once before. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's let's jump in this, okay? Let's jump in this and kind of see what we're going to do. I'm going to call my players. We're going to jump in here, and we're going to have a good time. I'm very excited. So, Bruce, kill the music. Thank you, Bruce. We'll keep that on the side so that we can use it. I will not be checking Twitter, but I will be calling my players. Let's call them up, and this is where the recording's going to stop for me. We're going to start the recording over here. Big shout out to Bruce. I'd say, ow, God, knuckles. I think I'm bleeding. Okay, so let's do it. Let me call my players and get things up and ready. Thank you so much to Lorena VTuber for retweeting the stream. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. All right, let's call the players. Let's get them in the chat, shall we? Let me just type. Let's do this. Here we go.
Oh my.
Hello.
I'm going to say a cuss word.
Don't say a curses. Don't do it.
Say
Don't say a curses.
I'm going to say a curse word.
Wow, Vada Kedavra. Hey, welcome in, gamers. How do you guys feel? How you doing?
You're very loud in my ear.
Am I really loud?
Happen?
Let me.
No, it's fine.
Let me correct down my game.
No, it was my headset.
Here we go. Just a pinch. All right, guys. I'm excited about today's session because today is all about fun. It's all about fun. It's less to do about the plot itself, but it's all about fun. You guys ready for fun?
I'm worried the way you're saying that.
You guys
I'm scared.
You guys are gonna love this. This is actually
I'm
gonna
scared
be a really
that
good
you're
time.
saying if the players are saying it's fun, it's gonna be fun. If you're saying it's fun, it's gonna be scary.
No, you're totally fine. Oh, Sheepwave, thank you so much. Thank you for the gifted sub. Sheepwave coming in clutch. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
Sheppel
Wave.
Swerve. The punishment wheel demanded it. Bye. See you later. See you later, buddy. I wish I knew what the word is so I could scream it out so you get punished again. Bye. Love you.
Yeah.
Wait, I think he has a wheel that he spins.
Yeah, it's like a wheel and he gets punishments on it. It's great. It's a good time.
I think he couldn't say the word I.
Oh, good.
So all of his sentences were crashing.
Oh, yeah. I, why, what. There was a lot of them. It was so funny. And every time I got dinged on, it was really, really hilarious. Say will. Everybody, in fact, you know what? Since we're here, everyone follow the Sheppel. Everyone follow Sheppel Swerve. If you haven't already, good buddy of the stream. Good pal. I love and appreciate him so much. He's a good bean. And if you don't follow him, what are you doing with your life? Like, literally. Oh, God.
I'm
Sorry.
just worried what's going to happen because, I don't know. When you
Oh,
say
tonight?
one shot, that's like, are we going to be transported?
Current word is will. Oh, nice. Good stuff, price tag. Also, welcome in, not a price tag. How you doing, buddy? Okay, so let us get started. Before we get started, I wanted to ask my players, who wants to give me kind of a recap of some of the things that transpired in the last session of Dungeons & Dragons in Where the Shadows Meet? Anyone can call out. Just say it.
I'll do it.
Yeah, go for it.
So we started off in a shopping market.
Okay.
We blasted some goblins. And then I started a rat cult.
You did. You started a rat cult. You guys did an awesome like totem pole thing where you were all like stacked on top of each other, right? Whose idea was that, by the way? I need to find out who I'm gonna penalize.
I picked up
You picked up me, and then
I can't
Christo
remember your character's name.
picked up Q.
So I
and
picked
then-
up Altrin, and
Yes.
then
Doesn't remember your character's name.
Jesso picked up me,
Of course.
and then Remy climbed up everyone and sat on Altrin.
Oh God, yes, like you do, really.
And then we headed back, and then there was this spooky guy in a coat, trench coat.
Yes.
And then he was gonna pull out a nuke, but I
Yep.
blasted him.
A blast! I fired into me. I didn't miss. There you go.
I just started blasting.
I just started
Yeah, miss.
blasting. Perfect. And then what happened?
Oh, I forgot. I ruined someone's marriage.
You
That's
did.
another thing I
Someone's
did.
marriage is absolutely soiled for life. It's done. So yeah, you definitely did that. Softpoke, what are some things that come to mind for you?
Ooh. Me and my good memory of rat brain. You know, we did stuff. We convinced someone that I was the actual rat guy.
Yeah, not just someone. You convinced one of the king's guards that you're a rat god.
Yes.
That was quite the feat. My God. indeed quite the feat. Hashtag quite the feat.
Yeah, I may use that later.
Do it, absolutely. So as we'll go ahead and jump into the session. At the last dropping point, you all heard a commotion happening outside of the Lucky Pony. And you hear all these people just crashing and banging as Frederick rushed out of the Lucky Pony in haste, his sword being drawn as he ran towards the entrance. The patrons of the bar also gathered around fervently at the entrance of the Lucky Pony, eager to see what is happening to their beloved Princess Hana. Everybody roll a perception check for me.
Boop.
Bloop. Ooh,
Actually,
14.
Gotta pull up really quick. Hold on, give me a second. Woo!
0. Oh my
No.
god.
Thing is, I have this one sheet where it's the things are organized by the stat and not alphabetical, and I like it so much more. So I don't I don't accidentally roll a 20 on performance
Sure, yeah.
instead of. So often it's just like you misclick.
Absolutely. And 14's perfect because as you exit out, you hear people shuffling and talking and speaking to you that they're devastated that something's happening to the Princess Hana. And this is probably the first time y'all have heard this name. Princess Hana in this area, just for the sake of knowledge, is like a diamond in the rough. She is like a gem to these people in this area. And go ahead and roll a history check. I'm just curious. Only Cocopelli and Q. Unfortunately, Remy, you
Nope, I already rolled it.
there's cheese on the table, and you're just like, oh man, I'm gobbling this up.
So good. I got 2.
Oh, yeah.
We're rolling high today.
Eltrin, you look across and you see that Remy's currently eating the cheese that you had over to the side. It's your cheese, and you're like, no. So you're eating cheese with him. But Q, you being the brains of the group, you absolutely remember somebody talking about how Princess Hana grew up in the Cedar Shell district. She grew up in this area, and she's a very highly valued individual in this community, and that's kind of what you remember from that history check. So
Princess Hana's here. I didn't really expect that. I mean, she grew up here, but I mean, like, you don't typically go home.
Who? As I
Princess
stuffing your face full of cheese.
Princess Hyana. Do you not know her?
No, I don't. I don't live here.
Jesso looks up at both of you and says, I've heard small things about her, but I don't know her very well myself. So
let's go see her. Unless you wanna steal some stuff while no one's looking.
I don't.
Still up to you.
Let's go outside.
You guys want to go outside?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and start making your way over there. Jesso starts to kind of go over there. As you go towards the door, make an Arcana check for me.
Oh no! Wait, okay, I'm gonna Arcana.
16, and this is all of you, except for Jesso. Jesso's not very Arcana-based. Ooh!
That's a 20.
Okay, Q, you recognize immediately that something's a little bit off. Remy, you don't see it at all. Eltran, you absolutely see it, like, immediately. But Remy, as you reach up to grab the door, make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Wait.
Holy crap! Oh my god! Wow! That's crazy because you reach up and as you grab for the door, you don't see the purpling. It's like a purple, like a sheet almost over it, like a magical like barrier between you and the doorknob. As you touch it, it lights up in such a way where it looks like it's about to shoot out and just like blast some lightning at you. But you dodge just out of the way. Q, you feel it streak across your face, and it lands at the bottom corner of this, shattering these chairs in the process into pieces as a lightning bolt shoots past and blasts into the wall itself.
This is trapped.
Jesus.
And as you look around, go ahead. Sorry, what were you gonna do?
I was gonna ask, would I know what this is?
With a 16, not really. You know that it's one of those things where you're like, you know what it's bad, but like the specific definition of it, you're not really sure. And on it, funnily enough, Eltran, you're kind of in the same boat. You did roll a 20, and it's on the tip of your tongue, but you can't quite place it. But you know that is very bad, and you don't want to touch it.
Well-
can I? It was just like a bowl, right?
A bowl.
A bolt.
A bolt,
Like
yes.
a-
Yeah, so it looked like so across the door you see like this purple like sheet, like this purple glowing barrier, kind of like what you see in Kingdom Hearts when it's blocking a certain way you want to go, and it's like it's going across the entirety of the door, and it's almost blocking that specifically.
Can I investigate it to see if it's coming from a source?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely, go for it.
I kind of step to the
That's
side.
11.
11. You look, but Q steps right in the way when you're looking. It's like, dang it.
Oh, damn.
But also, as you get closer, you're like, this just kind of seems like it's here almost. You're not really seeing a specific direction. So it looks like, just from what you can gather, that's kind of blocked off. You do hear what's going on outside, though. You hear all this like noise and this clattering of magic and metal. You hear Frederick calling to arms these people. You can't see out. You can't really see what the crap's going on, but you're like, it sounds awesome. But you're like, what is happening?
I'm gonna turn to our
Wait.
resident caster, and I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, I need some help over here."
How about we just go out the window in
Okay.
our room?
Okay.
Other windows?
You want to go
That's
towards
true.
the window? Okay, so go where you like, and I'll tell you where we're at. So the door down here is there, and I will say there are windows along the sides here.
Oh, I guess I would first peek out here first before
Yeah.
I go into our room.
Yeah, so the window is there's little there's shutters on the front of it, and those are closed.
Are they locked or?
You can roll another Arcana check. Do you want to if you want to see there's a barrier there at all?
Nope. Nope.
Yeah, there's nothing there, not as far as you can see. Oh God! So do you reach up for the door or the window?
I kind of just cautiously do it, and then the next part depends on if I get blasted or not.
Yeah, so you get up to it, and you look at it, and like the light kind of reflects off it in such a way where you do see this purplish sheen. You're like, you can still touch it if you want, but it's totally up to you.
So let's just check our room window to see if that's been trapped.
Okay.
So
Gesso just kind of twiddles with his hands. It says, yeah, we can try that. We can try that if we want.
And we make our way to the room, I guess.
Perfect. So as you go over to that door, you notice the same purplish energy there as well. You see this same purple sheet that's just kind of covering the door in front of you.
oh, lovely. I go around and check all the see if there's any. Is there one in the kitchen? Is there one?
Yeah,
what's
you
this?
know, as you walk over to the kitchen, you do see the same purplish, kind of glowing like sheet across the door. And now that you're closer to where you were first starting, everybody roll an investigation check with advantage.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do it.
Wait,
Ooh, we got a 12.
no.
Ooh, 21. Ooh, 14. And then we'll say that Gesso doesn't do it. Yeah, you notice immediately that there is light coming from the bag of holding that is on the ground right now.
Yeah,
In the
they're
shuffle,
actually-
in the shuffle, maybe you dropped it. Maybe one of your party members dropped it. Maybe Frederick dropped it in the shuffle. But one way or another, it dropped right here on the ground. And you see this purplish, almost sparkling light kind of glimmering out of it. And as you kind of follow the traces, it seems to like go throughout the entirety of this room, almost sealing it off in a way.
I looked down at Remy. Was that there when you went there? Was that what it was like before? I didn't get a good look.
I don't know, but should I go in again?
Didn't you almost get eaten by a whatever?
Well, yeah, but no, there's purple stuff in it now.
The same purple
Shiny.
stuff that zapped us?
Yeah.
You
Right.
hear, in the distance, you hear the blasting of fighting as Frederick saying, "Keep fighting! We must kill them all!" Like there's a battle going on outside. It'd be a shame if you guys would be involved in it, but sorry.
I look at Eltron. What do you think?
Wanting to help, I'm gonna try doing the best I can, grabbing the bag and closing it. Just closing it.
You reach for the bag?
Yeah, I reach for the bag.
Okay, as you reach for the bag, everybody make a wisdom saving throw for me. 15, 16, 13. Jesso doesn't do it. All of you suddenly, you blink and you open your eyes and you find yourself on the other side of the table. Just absolutely, you can arrange yourself however you like. But you're on this other side of this table here, and you're just kind of standing there, and you're like, I don't remember moving. When did that happen? And then suddenly, okay, so I don't have a thing for it, but we're gonna say that this is the thing. Coming, I don't have. I looked for this specific thing. It was absolutely insane to me. But as you try to close the bag, and you try to find some way out of here, there's a flash of light that came from the bag of holding as all of you are standing on the other side of the table, standing there stunned. You're not sure how you got here. You don't remember moving. But standing there, floating there, plainly off the ground, facing you, is a massive purple hand floating ominously in the air in front of you. Its massive ethereal hand, it looms massively in the air. The ceilings are high for this place, but this thing is almost bouncing off the top of it as it's just kind of floating up in the air where that green circle would be. A long purple tail coming out the heel of kind of like the heel of the palm. It hovers there. Its fingers spread wide, massively taking up the space of the lucky pony. As you're just a couple dozen feet away from it. What would you like to do?
Any of y'all know what the heck that is?
Looks like a hand.
You win! Campaign over.
I do a painless smack on him. You know what I mean.
You take 12 damage and die.
Can I make a... What would it be?
Make an Arcana check. This would be an Arcana check.
Arcana.
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely an Arcana. Did someone? Oh, I'm making
No,
those.
that's a 5. Does a 5 win?
No, you're not sure what that is. You know it. It's like, and it's not like it looks like the hand of like a warrior. You know how like they're like massive and thick and like callous. It looks creepy.
Yep, that's a hand.
That's a hand. What else? And from the looks of it, it's just floating there. Like it's not doing any. It's just floating.
I take. You said there's just gold in this universe, right?
Yeah, they just use a gold system. Yeah.
I take 1 gold and drop it in the bag, and I want to see if I hear a clink anywhere.
So are you like throwing it across the room into the bag?
No.
Or you walking
the bag didn't. The bag didn't come with us. Never mind.
No, yeah. So so that's a good point. You see the hand floating there, and like this ethereal thin trail of like arcane like smoke. It almost looks like kind of floating down into the bag, kind of like how a genie would come out of the lamp, but it's a hand.
What are you? What do you want?
Do you say that to the floating mysterious hand?
Yes.
Yeah. Doesn't say anything. It's a hand.
I don't think it has a mouth. It's a hand.
It's a hand.
Do you know sign language? Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
Make an intelligence check. 7. Oh, that's investigation. Do an intelligence. So you just click the stat itself, like on the far left.
It would have been the same regardless, but
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you don't really glean any kind of perceivable language that this hand speaks, and it doesn't seem to understand you not in the way that like a human would be able to speak. Even if like normally if you're speaking a different language and you're in another country and you're like bathroom, I pooping, like you can find a bathroom eventually, but for this there's no perceivable sign of like intelligence in the way that you know of.
Well,
Um,
this is suicide, but I slowly kind of walk back over to it.
You're walking over to it?
Yeah, I'm just doing it slowly in case something happens.
Yeah. So you're just floating there. It's still just floating there, just kind of, just floating.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be doing anything.
I slowly reach for the bag, just kind of like seeing if anything happens.
You're reaching for the bag?
Yes.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
This is where I die.
No, you're good. 5. You take. Suddenly, you see you notice two too slowly that there's a ball of purplish energy surrounding this bag of holding. And as you reach for the bag to logically close it and get rid of the hand that's weird, the hand looks at you suddenly. Its hand, it's whoom, and it's standing over you almost, and it reaches down to try and grab you. And at a 5, it does in fact reach down, and you feel these massive tree trunk fingers just suddenly like whoops, and now you are grabbed in the fist of this beast, unable to move an inch. Remy and Eltrin and Jesso, you see Q disappear like it's like a magic trick, like a magician when they palm an object. They just palmed a Q. Not quite. You're still grappled by this beast. What would you guys like to do?
Do I see any of them? Let's see.
No, you see total darkness. It's like you're just like smashed it. You're like in a dog pile. You can't see jack. You can't see a single thing.
I was gonna try and speak telepathically, but I can't. But I have to see them.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, so you can't see anything, and it's like he's completely just trapped in this grasping hand, if you will.
If only I took message.
If only. So what would you guys like to do? It's just standing there. It's just right there holding it for now. Is there anything you guys want to like to do?
Can I rush forward and like drag Remy back a little bit?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Go for it, Remy. You feel a pulling on the back of your cloak. Do you resist, or what do you do?
I resist. I want to try and I want to try and bite the finger.
Oh God! All right.
You.
Roll contested strength checks.
All right. With my +0, I'm gonna do real good.
18.
I didn't.
Oh, you did pretty good. All right, Remy, roll against it. So you're gonna click the stat itself on the far left, like the descending ones on the left. Wow, that was a natural 20. So Remy, you're able to resist. You're able to resist as you kind of pull away from Eltrin at that moment. Yes. What did you want to do?
I want to bite the finger.
All right, roll an attack for me. Just roll a d20 and add your dexterity modifier. So it's the big number next in your dexterity. Holy crap! That's literally what you needed to roll. You jump up. That's unbelievable because his AC is 20. You jump up and you bite on the finger of this entity, and when you bite into it, it's kind of like biting into like rubber almost, where you're like, ugh, and like what is happening? It doesn't feel like flesh, like you've bitten into and ripped chunks out of. This is almost like elastic almost, but you bite into it and you're now hanging off of it from your mouth, just like and you've bitten on it, but it doesn't seem to be like reacting to you biting on it. So it's like he's holding Q, but you're like biting on its like thumb knuckle, or where it would be. So glad you're now latched onto him. There you go.
I'll just kind of swing my body around like a crocodile.
Go ahead and roll 1d6. Let's see how much damage it takes for the heck of it. Why not? So you're gonna roll a d6, just a straight d6.
You're not seeing it?
Is it? Oh, the 2. Okay, so it takes 2 points of damage. Okay, perfect. All right. Q, you're still stuck in this hand. Jesso's gonna run up over next to Eltrin and Remy. Eltrin, you're seeing as Remy is literally hanging off of this hand.
just like what is happening right now? Can I, if I move up, can I see the bag?
If you, right now, yeah, basically, yeah, pretty much, because Remy's hanging off of it, and I'll say that the hand it's floating about like maybe like 4 feet in the air at the moment. But so yeah, you can see it at the bottom.
I'm gonna shoot it with an arrow.
Oh, go for it! Roll an attack. Just go ahead and click it, and we'll see what happens.
Where is there? It is. Wham.
15.
That's a 15.
So as you shoot it, it hits the purple barrier and it ricochets off, and it slams into one of the barrels, or it goes ding ding, and it slams into the barrel over here, and it stabs into it, and some wine starts to spill out of it. Leroy's not gonna be happy about that.
Yeah, well, I have a party member to deal with.
Yes. Jesso's gonna start pulling on the hand, trying to pull the fingers across, and like it's weird because these fingers they're tightly gripped. Q, make a let me see what you got to make here. I think you got to make a strength check, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Make us. We'll say go ahead and make a strength check, because right now you're grappled. Oh, 13. No, that doesn't quite do it, unfortunately. As you're trying to like, you're trying to wiggle, and you're starting to get like that panicky, like, oh my god, I can't move, like claustrophobic feel. It sucks. It does not feel good. It's all hot and gross. It's like, oh god, you know. So you're still kind of stuck there. Remy, Eltran, what would you guys like to do?
Eltran doesn't know. They're not very smart.
Okay. Go for it. What do you want to do?
I'll let go.
You want to let go? Okay, so you let go of it, and as you let go, the hand kind of floats up a little bit higher above the bag of holding, not doing any damage, but has captured somebody. Q's like, this is up to you. The ball's in your court. Anyone's open to like say whatever they want to try and try something.
I'm gonna point at Jesso and just be like, get ready to attack, and then I'm gonna look at Remy and I'm just gonna say, okay, steal the bag.
Okay.
Oh, seal the bag?
No, steal it.
Oh, steal it. Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. So go ahead and what would you like to do? How would you like to coordinate this? Remember, this hand doesn't know what you're saying. Has no clue.
I told Jesso to get ready to attack if anything happens.
Okay.
So once Remy takes the bag, if something happens, basically just a held action for Jesso.
Okay, perfect.
To do anything.
All right. So Jesso's standing at the ready. They've got that. You see a flourish of sparkles as the halberd is now out in the open, and Jesso's ready to attack this thing. So, Remy, are you going to listen to Eltran and try and go for the bag, or what would Remy the Rat God like to do at this moment?
A little sneak attack.
So it's not currently flanked, and sneak attack's kind of done after you attack. And it can't speak to you, but it does know you're there. But if you wanted to attack with your sword, you're more than welcome to.
Noodle.
With Noodle? Oh, yuck. What would you like to do, Remy and Eltran? I guess it's really Remy's opportunity. It looks like everybody else is holding their action. So, Remy, what would you like to do?
Are there any kind of I guess like handles on the bag, like to cinch it closed?
Yeah, you notice there are drawstrings on there. And now that you're close enough, make an Arcana check. You know, just for the heck of it. 3. It looks safe. You don't notice anything.
Can I use Noodle's needle to kind of get it into one of the straps and try and pull it closer to me?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a dexterity check for me. Or dexterity saving throw. Oh my god! You, against all odds, you reach in with your blade and you pierce through this purple barrier. Only because you got a natural 20, and you push in and you loop up against this up against there's like a small little lace loop, and you tuck it right underneath the fabric, and you can feel that this is very much fabric. Like, it's not some like this open basket, if you will, but you loop it underneath the fabric and you start to lift it slightly. Is that kind of what you're trying to do?
Yes.
Yeah. As you lift it, this hand immediately it kind of points at you, and it, with a thumb pinning down Q, it starts to try and scoop you up as well into the same hand as Q. Make another dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh, we're gonna
14. Let me see this real quick. No, that does not. Oh my gosh. You immediately, you see it coming, and you kind of sheath your blade. You kind of have your blade in hand, but as you're just about to get it, this massive, this massive finger just kind of slips you up a little bit, and you yourself are also jammed up against Q in this clenched fist.
Oh no.
I'm just kind of like,
You can't, and it's one of those where like your mouth isn't necessarily covered, but your lungs are being crushed, and like it's almost like you can't. It's like bated breath. You can barely even like it's like a whisper. If anything, you're like, oh god, like
I can't even
really,
like hum then.
You can kind of hum, but like unless you're unless you're jammed up on you can't really hear it. Like Gesso and Eltran, they wouldn't be able to hear what's going on.
Well, I was basically just joking, joke like, "Oh, hi there" to Remy.
Oh
That's
yeah. Remy can hear. You can hear Q going, oh, like up against
I'm
you.
like,
Is like,
I'm like,
yeah. You can hear that, but you yourself, you're like jammed up in there. The sword pointing down towards like the bottom heel of its palm. It's like it's kind of like it's got you tucked in there pretty nicely. Eltran, you just watch this thing, its hand open up and scoop both of you out. Jesso's going to roll an attack since some stuff went down. Let's see what it does. An 18 will not hit. It swings down. It tries to hit it, but it just, as it scoops Remy up into its hand, it just barely misses it. Eltran, what did you want to do as a reaction?
As a reaction? Oh, I actually wasn't planning on doing anything. I didn't hold anything.
Oh, perfect. In that moment, you see a sparkling of light burst out of the bag itself. As Remy, you hear in your mind, You should have never entered my domain. As a sucking sound can be heard, as the air and like the wind starts to pick up around all of you. Remy and Q, you feel yourself starting to be pulled down into this bag of holding, both of you being brought down into it like the first movie in Jumanji, as you're both just being like, and then suddenly, Gesso and Eltran, you hear this. You hear this, and they both disappear from view as they kind of swirl around in this purple light and get sucked down into the bag of holding itself. The air kind of dissipates from there, and the sparkling light still is kind of shining out of it. And for now, Remy and Q are out of sight.
oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So Eltran, you see this. Gesso looks back at you in amazement. He kind of flourishes his paintbrush away and tucks it back in his side. What would you like to do?
Is the hand still there?
Hand disappeared. The hand kind of dragged down with it, and Q and Remy almost seemingly shrunk down and got sucked into there as well. It's kind of weird. It's almost like you saw them like stretch ethereally, but like for Q and Remy, it just like it was like getting dogpiled by like football players. Like you're like, oh, God. It just hurt. You didn't take any damage, but the air's knocked out of you, kind of thing.
Okay. Did Remy ever mention that she can breathe inside the bag?
I think so. Well, you at least would have heard Remy gasping.
Yeah, when she came out of the bag itself, you definitely heard her like gasping for breath, and she was like, she did not look like she was having a good time in there.
I'm gonna rush over and open the bag once more and see what happens.
Okay, yeah. So the bag's already open. And
it's already open. Okay.
Do you want to like look inside the bag itself?
Yes.
Okay. As you look inside, you see a smaller hand, about the size of maybe Jesso's, reach up and grab you by the face, or at least attempt to. Go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
Ooh, wait, hold on. That's a 10.
This thing, like you're as if you're in a mean older brother holding back your sibling by putting your hand on their forehead. This thing grabs you by the face. You're like, it's like a face hugger from Alien. It's like, it lifts you up like a snake going up into the air, and it starts to like whip and drag you down into this bag. You feel fabric. You feel all kinds of items clinking and dropping off of you. It's like almost like you know that scene from Polar Express where the kids are like going into the presence itself, and there's objects all around them and stuff. It's kind of hard to discern where you're going. You feel as if you've dove into a pile of toys, objects, and trinkets as you're being dragged down deep into this thing, and you start to feel that yourself as you're dragged deeper and deeper into it. Gesso now stands over this bag, and that giant hand appears once again, reaching for Gesso. I'm going to roll here. As Gesso rolls a 9, as the hand reaches and grabs Gesso and pulls him as well down, down, down into the bag of holding. And that's the campaign. Hey, guys, thanks for coming out. I really I'm kidding.
We died.
That's the ending. All of you are dead. No, I'm just kidding.
TP.
To be continued. No. So you guys are falling through this ethereal space. You almost see floating as if you're floating in nothingness. All of you make a perception check. Ooh,
30.
20, 15. You all slowly see Q and Remy. It's almost like the hand dissipates from you, like falling snow. It kind of just falls off of you, and both of you go, and you just take an instinctive breath in, and you're able to breathe. Remy, you especially, you see that this is a strange feeling. You're almost floating in this like ethereal, murky, kind of like starlit universe of nothingness. And you see yourselves floating in. You see you see Eltran flying forwards just by his face. It's really comical, but it sure is not very fun for Eltran. And Eltran lands next to you and kind of like floats there in the nothingness with you. And you're all standing there. You're all floating there. And it's almost like there's a starscape of just a universe before all of you.
Was it? I'll look at Remy. Was it like this before? Did you just forget to breathe when you were in here?
No, I absolutely knew how to breathe the last time I was in here.
Then what's different? And we're so just like floating, right?
You're floating. It's almost like being underwater, but there's no restriction of breath. Thank you, Lipsy, for the yeet. There's no restriction of breath, and there's no restriction of like where you're going or anything like that.
And I like swim. I like kind of like move my body around. Does anything happen, or I just stay in place?
Have you ever seen astronauts where they try and swim in place in space?
That's all I'm asking. That's all I was asking.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens. Is like you're swimming in place, and it's like this isn't quite working like I was hoping.
Can I use a druidcraft to make a little gust and push myself?
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, it's just a cantrip that just creates a little gust.
Oh yeah, so you do that. You push. You blast the wind. And you don't really go anywhere. You blast the wind, but it looks like there's no perceivable effect on your body. Like it doesn't. Newton's laws are just not in play at this moment, and you're like, "Ha!" As much as science is cool, science is failing me. How are you still able to yeet me? I thought I turned off notifications. It's fine, whatever. Everybody make a wisdom check.
Just a regular wisdom check.
Wisdom check. Yeah, just a straight wisdom check. Ooh, 18.
I'm rolling high today.
You're rolling really well. 11 and 16. Oh, also, Kokopelli and Exit, if you could click down here at this bottom menu and change your name to your character instead of your...
Ooh.
Or I guess Kokopelli just do that. Looks like Exit's already doing that.
What?
No, you're good. You're doing it. It's just Kokopelli.
You said where?
It's still
here, yeah, down here as where it says as, and then there's the colon, and then you.
I see.
Yeah, just
it still says Exit for me, but.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, on my screen it says Q. Yeah, so you're good. You're totally fine.
I was confused. I was like,
oh, there it is, Mungus. Yeah. So as you take that wisdom check, basically, Remy and Q, you start to think like, man, I wish I could go over and get some, like, especially Remy and Q, you both are like still sitting next to each other, like really close. You're like, I really wish I could like get away from each other. Just like give me some space. Give me some space. And you guys immediately start floating away from each other.
Who's doing this? Who's doing this?
I'm not. I'm gonna try to like swim in the air.
Swim in the air,
just for giggles. Yeah,
just for giggles. You start to swim, and you're waving your little rat arms, and you're not really going anywhere either. Physically, you're not really moving. Q, you start to recognize that, okay, I thought about moving away from Remy, and then I just moved. But when I physically try and do it, I don't go anywhere.
I think about moving back towards Remy.
Bert, you move immediately back towards Remy as if you were walking, as easily as if you were walking.
Oh, everyone, you have to think to move.
Oh no!
Wait,
knowledge is power.
Wait, can I retcon that and change something else?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Go for it. What do you want to say
I
instead?
telepathically speak to Eltrin, saying, "I am the rat god. I have given you the telepathic ability to move. Just think of yourself moving, and you will move."
Eltrin, are you looking at Q at this moment?
I'm looking around anywhere, so I mean,
Okay. So you hear this ethereal voice in your head tell you that you can move. I, the rat god, have given you the power to move. Make an insight check.
see the thing is, Eltrin doesn't believe in gods.
Oh, well, do it at advantage then. 22. Oh, thank God.
I hate you, Tuesday. Right? I hate you.
It worked.
You glance over your shoulder and you look at Q, and Q's got that same vein that pops out of her forehead every time she's doing some weird wizard stuff. And you're like, yeah, okay, yeah. You kind of know it's coming from her.
I still do it
I
anyway.
hate this. I could have converted him. I could have converted Eltrin.
No, I still wouldn't believe in gods anyway.
Off in the distance, you see a streak of purple light, like a comet shooting, and a giant hand, bigger than the one that scooped up Q and Remy, and poking out the top of it is the unconscious head slumped up against the finger of the curled, clenched finger of this purple hand, dragging Gesso down across the way. And across the way is kind of a generic term, and it's a very generous term because across the way looks like it's light years in the distance. It looks like it's an entire solar system away. But to you, it feels close. It feels like you could get there. You see a circular portal, a purplish glowing portal that almost looked like purplish fires coming off of it, glowing down in the distance as Jesso's almost lifeless and limp body being crushed in this hand gets dragged down into the portal with a sparking flash of purple. You all watch that happen.
Am I the only one who saw that?
I saw that too. Can I start? Can I try to head after? Think
Yeah.
my way towards.
Yeah. Do you all want to think your way over to the portal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. You all start to think your way over to the portal, and you're now hovering over it, and you're all close by, and there's a subtle warmth coming from this fire, but as you like get your hand towards it, it doesn't really burn. It just definitely kind of like it's a very warm feeling. And as you're looking at the into the portal itself, you can't see into it. It's just this swirling purple portal. It's hard to describe. It's kind of like it's like looking at one of those funhouse mirrors. You know what you're looking at is an illusion to some extent, but you can't really describe exactly what it is. And it's almost like this is weird, but I mean the hand went in it. So what would you guys like to do?
I don't think we have a choice.
No, we
Unless
don't.
we want to make this our new home.
I want to go home. I don't have a home.
Lead the way. And lead the way.
Portal time.
Everybody make a let me see here real quick. Let me look at Jesso's stats. You hear in the distance the loud sound. Everyone make a perception check quickly.
Bam! 14.
14.
9.
9. Remy 4. In the distance, Eltrand, you see an unbelievable eldritch horror. God, thank you for the yeet, whoever that was. You see floating in the distance, swimming like a Treyu from Neverending Story, the floating demonic demon that is an eldritch is a astral dreadnought as it's floating in the sky. This massive titan, unbelievably and indescribably large, heading in your direction.
Oh,
The other ones, they don't see it. They're staring at the portal. You're the only one like, oh my god.
I'm gonna point to my. I'm gonna like be like, oh my god.
So you all feel Eltrin poking you on the shoulder, pointing at this dreadnought that's floating towards you, that's slowly coming towards in your direction, as far as you can tell.
yeah, I think myself back.
Are you like away from the portal itself or into the portal?
Away from the monster. You
Okay.
said that the monster's coming out of the portal, right?
No, so it's going. So if the portal is right here, and you guys are right here. The monster's coming right here towards you.
Oh,
So
I
it's
go
going towards you, towards the portal.
I run into the portal then, and hoping for the best.
You
So
start
I
to
just go
run.
back-
You start to run in midair, and you're not going anywhere. Oh God, I forgot.
I forgot we gotta think move.
Gotta think move. I can't move. Move. Oh God.
I think myself. Oops. That's canon now. I just think myself.
My back
thank
hurts.
We're going to the portal. My back hurts.
This is the portal. Get in. All right, Eltrin, you go into the portal.
Yep. I mean, I want to get away from that thing.
Yeah, it's understandable. Q, you go into the portal as well. Jesso's already been sucked through it, dragged through by a giant hand. Remy, you see your companions going through the portal. You are still floating there in front of the portal with a astral dreadnought on your tail, slowly approaching. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna think myself to the portal, but I'm also just gonna still swim.
Like you're swimming.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just like the movement.
Perfect. You swim your way. You're now right in front of the portal. You hear the astral dreadnought still behind you, making a ruckus. Absolute, just like. What would you like to do?
I wonder what his problem is.
What's that again?
His problem
I
is-
wonder what his problem is.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, it's still approaching. It's about, I would say, if you were to judge distance, about 50 feet away from you. And this is the biggest thing you've ever seen in your life. You've never seen anything this massive. Like the Sharpwind Mountains that you watched and you saw as you traveled to the city of Wolfden, pale in comparison to this monolithic, massive creature of gargantuan destruction heading your way. Make a wisdom saving throw.
If you want to
You
just run
are apt. Oh, just Remy. Yeah, you guys, you all have run through. Remy, you have never been more afraid in your life. In your life. And you instinctively start to like panic in front of this portal. What would you like to do as it's slowly approaching you? It's giant rippling teeth, these massive pointed spears the size of a city, reaching and slowly approaching you.
I'm gonna pull out some of my pocket cheese and ask if it's hungry. Maybe a little snack.
Remy dies.
So you pull out your cheese, you hold it up as like a beacon, hoping that it will understand what you're doing. As the mouth starts to slowly close over you and the portal, you feel the hot breath of this disgusting creature start to slowly close over you, and like it's like, I say close over you. It's like watching the city of New York descend over top of you. It's like, what is happening right now? And you're like, do you want cheese? Make a persuasion check. Why not?
I swear if this works.
The
10.
Eldritch
I'm gonna roll
Abomination.
against this, and I'm gonna give it +5. Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
I
No,
rolled a 16.
no.
Yeah, I didn't care about cheese. It's lactose intolerant. Come on.
Damn.
It closes around you, and
It's a Gouda in there.
you feel just darkness and warmth, but you still have the glow of this portal around you. So you're now in the mouth of a eldritch horror, but you're next to
Can
the
I still
portal.
go through the portal?
Yeah, it looks like it's still on.
Alright, I'll just go through it.
Cool, you go through it. As you're going through, you guys are falling, and it feels like you're falling forever. Q and Eltrin and Remy eventually kind of catch up because you're small and nimble. You're all falling. Ugh! And you fall down into this chamber, and you hear around you the whirling of gears and the punching of like gears and steam, and it's hot and steamy in here. And you hear off in the distance a voice that you've never recognized before, but in front of you, a group in which you thought you would never see. You never thought you'd see this many enemies.
Jesus Christ.
Go ahead and bring yourself onto the field.
I swear if
Oh.
Tiz, I see what you've done.
I'm gonna bring
I
you
swear
down.
if my character is still the size of Tokyo.
Oh God! Oh, I hope not. Okay. Oh my
Oh, man,
God!
that'd be great. Man,
I'm
we'd have
gonna-
a giant cube.
I'll arrange you guys how it is. You guys fall down.
Oof.
You're over here.
You love that guy, don't you, Dizzy?
Oh, yeah, Pickle's great. Off in the distance, all of you see an army of goblins, but they don't look like goblins. It looks like they are... They look off. They look off. Remy, roll a perception check at advantage. You especially would understand what's happening here. A fan of the Muppets, it looks like these goblins are made of cloth, and there are definitely it looks like someone should be controlling them with like a hand in the back, but they look like they've got like a knife on them, but like there's a lot of Muppet like goblins all over the place. I knew you would laugh at that. You're acting like a Muppet.
Like a Muppet.
And in the distance, you see a Pickle, and like all these goblins are just talking to each other as if you would talk to each other outside of like the water cooler. Like one's like, "Yeah, I don't know, I just started here about 10 minutes ago, and I'm just kind of here." And the other one's like, "I say, that's great. I certainly never expected to be here either." And there's some off the distance saying, "I wonder if our 401k is gonna roll over for this job." And another one's gonna say, "What's our PTO like? I don't know." Off in the distance, you hear a being. As you look up, you see a green tiefling with a chipped horn and gesso floating behind them in a sealed cylindrical tube. I can't talk today. As a floating, kind of limpless and lifeless body, and the cylindrical tube is too small. It's way too small for Gesso. Gesso's too big. Gesso's this giant K-pop muscular idol that all of us just love and adore. And they didn't have a tube big enough for his 8-foot frame or however tall he is. So they just kind of stuffed him in there. He's just kind of floating ethereal in this tube. And you see this army of Muppet goblins before you, as well as this green tiefling. And it looks like they don't... Let me see if they notice you. Yeah, they don't see you. They don't really know that you're... They haven't, like, recognized you're there, but it looks like the one tiefling is staring right in your direction. But the Muppet goblins, they haven't really noticed. What would you like to do?
I kind of just stand there cautiously until this... Because if he sees us, I'm just kind of, like, waiting for him to say something.
Yeah. He's just staring at you, and he looks peeved. He looks upset, and it looks like there's a dried up kind of like rusted, almost like a dried up rusted like object in his hand. He tosses it to ground. It clatters down, and it looks like it had like a holy runic on it, and it starts to dissolve. And he's like, "This spell didn't work like I wanted it to." And all the goblins are still like, "I say, what are you going to do after today?" And they're just talking to each other. It looks like he was trying to summon an army, but he definitely got an army he didn't want. So what would you guys like to do?
Do they have weapons, or are they just like...
They've got small little daggers, but they're like... It looks like the daggers are like sewn into their hands. And they're sharp. They look sharp. I did this just for soft poke, by the way, because I knew she would get a kick out of this.
Hi. Did you summon us? Did you call us to do some work for you?
Ha! He looks up at you and says, "You dare defile my sanctuary!" And all the Muppets look up and like, "Oh, there you are!" Like one of them doesn't even speak English.
Well, you brought us here, I think.
I look at you. Are you the one they call the Rat God? Remy, this tiefling who looks gnarled and disgusting with like chipped teeth and a chipped horn and like these long gangly nails and like this dirty, disgusting clothing points directly at you and says, "Are you the one they call the Rat God?"
I am. I'm the Rat God.
"For centuries, I have held people's items, but now it is required that I hold you hostage. You dare defile my sanctuary. You entered here unannounced. Explain yourself, Rat God." The Muppets have all slowly looked in your direction. The one in the distance, that's actually this one specifically here. It's going, whoop, 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 whoop. Doesn't speak a word of English.
It doesn't even know basic math.
Remy, what do you say? What's that?
Can I just hang out with that one Muppet specifically?
The one next to it's like, "Could you stop it, please? Shut up! Shut up!" Slapping it with its like Muppet dagger.
Are the Muppets like floppy enough to just kind of walk on?
They're just about as floppy and squishy as a normal like Muppet would be. Not like Big Bird size, but like we're talking like Cookie Monster or like Elmo size Muppets that they just look off. Like they're the complete package of like what a goblin would be, but they just look weird. It's hard to like pinpoint. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
I would like to approach.
Yeah, slowly. Yeah, go ahead and you want to start walking forward. As you walk forward and as you cross this line right here, all three of you, in your hands appear magical items. Let me go ahead and post what you guys get in your hands. Ooh!
Did we get to keep them?
For today's one shot.
Are they guns?
Well, pretty daggone close for some of you. Q, as you walk forward, you feel a long wooden rod appear in your hand as a broom of flying is now in your grasp. Go ahead and copy and paste this down. This is what you have for this one shot today.
Totally gonna remove it and not just be like, what do you mean?
Oh, what do you mean? I
gave
always had this.
this. You don't remember my backstory where I went to Hogwarts and killed Harry Potter?
That's also the second part of it. Remy, as you walk forward, you feel this long metallic object in your hand, and it can only be described as it's like a horn of some kind. It's a horn of blasting. You can feel free to read through that. And Eltrin, before you even get a chance to think about it, you're already chugging something that tastes like the most delicious form of like Gatorade you've ever had in your life. As you consume you're already drinking it, potion of fire breath. As you start to feel this bubbling, burning in your stomach that almost is overwhelming, but you feel it in your bones. You're like, yes, this is what it's all about. And 5 is actually a mistake. You can use it 10 times.
Oof.
So you have these in your hands, and you've now approached, and the Muppets see you, and they start to and across the noises of that, you still hear that one going. Whoop, 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 whoop. What would you guys like to do and or say?
Save that
immediately get on the broom and just kind of. Also, how are we gonna like decide height? Like, if I was to go.
Oh, make a perception check of like the general area.
Oh, okay.
21. This place stretches up hundreds of feet. It is insane how big it is. And especially when you look up, it looks like there's these metal copper pipes that stretch up almost for infinity. Like this place is big. And you look around, and in these empty areas here, there's these whirling of gears and like these massive gears just like, and there's steam shooting up from other places randomly. The ground itself feels warm. It feels like you're in the middle of like the belly of a factory. It's hard to, you've never been in a place like this before.
What I was asking is, how would we like handle it in Roll20?
In terms of like height?
Yeah, like would I just, if I was to go.
If you're like, I want to travel 100 feet in the air, you just tell me I'm 100 feet in the air, and that's where you're at. Yeah. So you
if I was
could
over
be
these
like,
people, would I just like delete one of these people?
Yeah, you'd just be over them.
Oh.
Yeah, you're good.
I forgot you can stack them.
Yeah, you're good. So you stand before you. The Muppets all kind of back up suddenly as they see these magical weapons in front of you. What would you like to do?
Did we roll initiative or just?
It's up to you. The floor is yours. Pickle standing next to him. The name of this guy. He says, "My name is Pickle. I have been traveling from dimension to dimension for centuries, longer than any of you have even been a thought in the pan. Any of you." You dare defile my you defile it! And it's pointing at you, Rat God.
No. Okay. Another question.
Yeah.
Did I get spell slots back, or?
Yeah, any health or anything like that, the second you passed into this barrier, all came back to full. So anything that you lost from the previous session is back to full. Full health, full spell slots, everything.
Yeah, let me just look at some.
As you're doing that, Remy, you're being called out by Pickle. What would you like to say?
Oh
God, Eldrin's like, I'm gonna kill him.
No, that's not what I'm planning.
You can do whatever you want.
I'm gonna ask why my presence is required.
Ooh, yeah, he looks at you and he says,
I've heard rumors spread across the lower district of Cedar Shell District, both in the sewers and above, that the rat god is terrorizing the people of this town, speaking all sorts of evil into their ears in the night while they sleep. Is that you?
Yeah. That's me.
Yep, that's me.
You enter my realm to try and destroy me and my army.
and over in the corner, up in the top left, they're currently jumping rope. They found a rope and they're like, yeah, yeah, this is great. Oh, buy it right over here. I didn't have a hand, so I put a creature in there. This is what that's where the hand is. The hand's floating there ethereally.
You will pay for your crimes.
And in the background, you still see Gesso just floating there in this tube, completely unconscious.
I'm gonna continue to rain terror until you let my friend go.
Ooh, roll an intimidation check. 6. Let me roll against that just for the sake of it.
Please.
19. No.
Wait.
I turned into one of the Muppets.
Oh no.
You're acting like a Muppet.
No. The pickle looks at you and goes,
Ha 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 ha! You dare defy my greatness. I'm the master of this bag, and no one will tell me otherwise.
Suddenly, he points his finger, and this one, talking to the other one, goes, whoop, okay, my turn. Starts to run up towards you, Remy. Head flopping all over the place. It runs and it tries to attack. I'm rolling at a disadvantage on all attacks with these Muppets. Does a 7 hit?
No.
It kind of flails out and it goes, ah! And it misses completely. It goes, and you could see like you could see the outline of a hand where it would be, like up against it as it like wiggles around, and it kind of backs up a little bit. It's like, you're a tough one. You get an attack of opportunity. Go ahead and roll an attack if you'd like. By the way, you have an infinite amount of attack of opportunities. 11 hits. Go and roll some damage. 9. This Muppet explodes into a fury of fabric as this one calls out and says, Billy, no! And it goes, and it's just like, and like it dissipates into fabric as like the sad goblin Muppet face is now frowning on the ground. They start to back up. They're like, the heck was that, man? This one's still making the whoop, 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 whoop noise.
Wait, which one? Which one?
It's
that
this one.
Right,
It's this one back here. It's right underneath
Okay.
Pickle. And it's just kind of like
to save
its
that
arm
one.
next to its arm down to its side. It's looking around going, whoop, 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 whoop. Like just, it's definitely in the wrong universe.
We need that one. That one stays alive.
Yeah, we're taking that one home as a
We're
pet.
taking that with us. Perfect. You killed one. Pickle says,
You killed Billy, one of our favorite and precious Muppets of the group.
the other one's kind of nod. Yeah, oh yeah.
You're my favorite. He bought me a candy bar.
I swear. They're kind of backing up. You have these things at your disposal. As Pickle says,
My armies of greatness.
they all kind of point, looking at you.
I command you all, fight them to the death.
Everybody, roll initiative.
Yeah. So I
It's
have
a
a little bit.
19.
Go ahead and I'm sorry, I don't.
Dude, there we go. There we go.
I don't know.
Every time.
Every time. I don't know what I'm doing with this, but go ahead and just do it
Yeah.
again, and we'll try and put it in there.
What?
I don't know. Go ahead, and
Click on
it,
your character.
and then do initiative one more time. Then we'll make it that 22.
There we go.
There we go.
A question about flying speed.
Yeah.
Can I use my walking speed and then my flying speed, or is it like?
So if you're on the broom, it's just your flying speed. If you're on
So
if you're on the ground,
basically-
you're using your. If you're in the air, you're using your flying speed, basically.
What I'm saying, could I go up to? Could I go to here?
Oh yeah. Oh,
You're right.
absolutely. Yeah. You
And
could
the-
run
and-
up and then broom up into the air. Oh, absolutely. Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Okay, so Let me do one of these. Okay.
Please don't kill our precious Whoop Muppet.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
We need
No
him.
promises.
Let me, Okay, let me turn this down. Okay, all right, top of the round, Q. You see an army of Muppets in front of you, staring you down at the worst possible time. You got your broom in front of you. What would you like to do?
So I run up, kind of like run up to here,
Perfect.
and then get on my flying broom.
Absolutely.
See, that is
I believe we'll say that's a bonus action if you want. By the way, you still have mage armor on from the last time, so you still
Yeah,
are AC
I
of
know.
16. It may say like an action, but I'll say it's you just jump on it.
okay. I'll have to wait on my other plan.
Yeah, no worries.
Then I kind of go up to. I'm not that high. I'm just kind of like just enough where they can't get me.
Okay. Yeah. How high up off the ground are you think?
How tall are they?
Oh, these are small little Muppet goblins. They're maybe 3 feet tall, maybe.
Oh, then maybe like 5 feet off, maybe 10.
You want to do 10
Say
feet off the ground?
Yeah, 10 feet off the ground.
Okay. You look down and it's like a writhing sea of angry Muppets staring up at you. You know, staring up and screaming in your direction. What would you like to do?
I was gonna see if I could. I was gonna see how powerful a spell would be, but it's actually not that useful because it says if I was gonna do that, but I saw it's if the character only has to move if possible. So
You can
So?
certainly. Oh, why do you think that wouldn't work?
well, it can do damage, but I was thinking like I thought I could do like more than intended, but it's only if the character can move.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, you're up in the air. You've flown 10 feet off the ground. Pickle's kind of eyeing you up, and it doesn't look like he's really reacted or done anything to attack you. What would you like to do?
I'll cast try to see if Pickle has any like shield. So I'm just gonna do a firebolt on him.
Okay. Firebolt or fireball? Oh, you don't
Do I
have
have
fireball. Make an investigation check.
Oh, I was just gonna do it by attacking, but all right. Wouldn't do that to someone.
3. Yeah.
Nope. Fire. Nope. No protection.
If you rolled high enough, you would have had fireball. It doesn't look like, from what you can tell, you were trying to search inside your. I was about to give you fireball.
Damn.
Oh, it's fine.
could've had
Too
fireball.
bad. Maybe next turn. Yeah, you look at him. And it doesn't look like he's just kind of folding his arms, staring. But it looks like he's kind of concentrating.
Let's firebolt his booty.
All right, go for it. Holy crap! Yeah, roll some damage.
So-
Good lord.
So we're just gonna do double dice because that's what Roll20 does.
Sure.
or-
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever you want to do. roll a d6 with that. I'm gonna give you more. That's ridiculous.
Roll one. Yeah, there's one system, Crunchy Crit, which is basically stops things like this.
So 2 + 5, perfect, 7. You do that, and as it blasts off of him, you watch as 7 Muppets just catch on fire right next to him. Just suddenly like, and they start to burst into flames as they all start to slowly burn away right around Gesso. You kind of glean from it that these are very easily killed enemies. They're not that difficult to murder. As it looks like Pickle kind of like, he kind of takes a little bit of damage, and you notice that there is a little bit of a shield on him, but you pierce through it, and you got some damage on him.
Oh.
What else would you like to do, Q?
Well, if I can't do anything unless unless you said getting on the broom was a bonus action.
Yeah, we'll say that was a bonus action.
Yeah.
Moving around isn't.
Yeah, it's a movement.
Yeah,
that's all I'm gonna do.
All you can do. Perfect. All right, Eltran, right, you're up next. You feel a burning in your stomach as you're staring down this army of Muppets. What would you like to do?
I'm going to step up
Okay.
just one space,
All right.
and I'm going to launch an arrow at the tube that Jesso's in to see if I could crack it.
Oh, perfect. All right, roll an attack.
Wow. That's a 16 to hit.
You fire it, and it strikes right into the like the top of the tube, right above Jesso's head, and it kind of chips a little bit as it bounces off. And as it bounces off, it lands on this guy right here. He's not convinced that they're fighting, and he's like, "I say, this is certainly ridiculous, isn't it?"
Poor guy.
Yep. And he dissipates into a flurry of Muppet fabric. What else would you like to do?
I'd like to
So that would be
move over
your
here.
action. Okay, perfect. All right. As you
That's
get
it.
close to the Muppet, you see the lifeless form of it just kind of drifting in the wind. It's sad. It's a sad dead Muppet.
This is very sad. It makes me sad.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Poor guy. No, I'm good.
Okay. Remy, it is your turn. This is what you were born to do. As you are staring down this Muppet army, Q flying above it, burning them to death, and Eltran unintentionally murdered one of the Muppets.
It's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry.
What would you like to do, Remy? And don't forget, you guys got magical items on you that you have been given, so you're more welcome to use them. Or don't. Whatever. No, it don't matter. What would Remy do in this situation of unparalleled danger?
Cheese.
Since they seem to be very floppy,
Floppy. Oh yeah, the most flop.
could I just like run into them and start pushing them over? Not enough to like kill them, but just disable them.
Yeah, what we did.
Like
Just start tripping all of them.
You want to like barrel through them, like just kind of like shoulder down, running through like a quarterback.
Yeah.
All right, you're more than welcome to try that. What's your movement speed? Do you know where that's at?
25.
25. Okay, so you can move 25 feet. Let me see. 25 feet would get you there. If you did a dash action, 50 feet would get you about here. Did you want to barrel through these Muppets?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and make a make a strength. Oh God, what would it be? I didn't expect anyone to do that. Let's look and see what that would be. Let's make that an athletics check. God,
Okay.
Well,
a -1.
The first one stops you in your tracks.
You run. Oh my God, that's so funny. You run. You come barreling towards these Muppets. You've never been more confident in anything in your life. And go ahead and move your. So you get right about here. As you run into and these Muppets, they're not really. You run right about there, and you bustle through them, and you get right about here, and you realize you're in a dog pile of Muppets as these Muppets start to slowly jump all over you. They all start to dogpile on you in the vicinity. And all the while, you can hear a muffled whoop, 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 as these Muppets are like, we got him, get her, get her, get her. What's our PTO? There's about 6 of them jumped all over you. So you're grappled by quite a few Muppets. It's going to take some wiggling to get out. But it's not like killing you. It's just more of like an inconvenience. You know, it's like, they're Muppets. I don't know. What's the deal, you know? So that's I'll say that was your action. You've got a bonus action. And you've got, you got a bonus action. You can try something with your bonus action if you want. So you're like on the ground, you feel these Muppets. And like I said, it's like someone threw a heavy jacket on you. It's like it's a Muppet. It's just more inconvenience. It's like you tripped into them.
Can I just grab some of their legs? Just to kind of like pull them off me? Kind of like a rag.
I'll say for a bonus action, you grab one of the legs of the little goblin Muppets that's grabbing you, and you hear a squeaky like, oh, like it's like, oh God. You grab at it and you pull it, and like, and it's like in your face screaming. And I'll say that's probably your turn, as these Muppets are trying to dogpile on you. It's now the goblins and Pickle's turn. Pickle, seeing this dogpile, he says, "More! Get more on that rat! Capture the rat god!" As they slowly start to get closer and closer. These start to jump over. Let me roll some dexterity checks real quick. Unfortunately, some of these do fall into the pit and get grinded up into the gears down below. In fact, most of them do, as they try and jump across to try and dogpile with it. So these start to slowly die off. Eltran, you see one of about, let me see, 1, 2, 3 of the Muppets run up towards you. They're going to roll an attack with their Muppet daggers, and it's all at disadvantage. Does a 9 hit?
No.
It hits you as it, and it's kind of like slaps you with the dagger, but the dagger is fabric. It's only sharp on like one side, as they kind of like they're slapping up against your body, but it doesn't hurt, and it's like, this is nothing. So they hit you there. Pickle kind of goes like, oh, God, get out of the way, get out of the way. And he's slowly like pushing the Muppets out of the way, and they're kind of jumping over here. Q, make a perception check for me.
Okay. Perception, you say?
Yeah, perception. You're staring down these Muppets, mocking them. You look, you don't see in time as a giant leaning tower of Muppet is standing up 10 feet tall, ready to jump on you. Make an athletics check for me.
This is going to be bad.
13. It's more than enough. They're Muppets. They try and get you, but they just can't quite get their Muppet hands on you as they flop down back onto a little bit more on Remy. Remy, you feel just a little bit more Muppet weight on you, and it's like, God, this is weird. As Pickles tries to go further away as the Muppets are pushed out of the way. Same Muppet, the whoop 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 Muppet's still there. The hand, this giant hand slowly starts to approach down past the Muppets as well, and it's about right here. Remy, go ahead and make a strength saving throw for me. At advantage. Because Muppets is your favorite terrain. 18. You feel these Muppets trying to restrain you down, but they're Muppets as you kind of burst out of it like it's nothing as you're now right about here, as there's just a dog pile of Muppets right here. And that is their turn. Q, it's your turn. You got kind of wobbled on your broom a little bit. What would you like to do?
I go over to here and then telepathically communicate to Pickle.
Okay.
Saying, "You are weak, Pickle."
All right.
Now this is a whole conversation, so you know.
Can he respond to you?
It's a telepathic link for one.
Go ahead and click on it for me. Telepathic link connection between your mind and another one. Okay. Oh, that's 30 feet. Nice. Equal to, okay. Okay.
And the link would technically stay because it's for 1 minute.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
So,
and this isn't like an action or something. It's just something you do, right?
well, it's a bonus action.
Oh, okay. Bonus. All right. Perfect. So that's a bonus action. Okay. So you hear it, and he kind of responds and says,
You know not the danger you're in. My army will sunder you.
Make a insight check for me. Yeah, he's full of crap.
But then I say, the thing is, you are weak, for I am the rat god. Stop attacking my eyeball, or you will feel my wrath.
Make a persuasion check at advantage. 12. All right, let me roll against it. Oh, they rolled a 12 again. Roll again. These all got grinded up into 18. Oh my god. 20. He rolled a rolled a natural 20. I'm sorry. I really did roll a natural 20. I would not flub it. So you try and convince him. He feels the ever-present, like, kind of tingle on the back of his spine where he's like, oh, this is happening. Like, this is going down. But he shrugs it off and he's like, no.
I will not be deceived by you, harbinger of the rat god.
That was so close! So
Perfect. So what else would you like to do? You got an action. You can start raining hellfire down on these Muppets if you want.
Time magic missile, this loser.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're right in range. Go ahead and roll. I'm pretty sure you just roll an attack, right?
It's just damage.
Oh, it just hits. Oh yeah, go for it. Do all what you got to do. All right, 5 damage. Okay. Perfect. Ooh, 14 points of damage. You blast into it as the hand. It looks like it was going towards Eltran. It stops and it slowly starts to pivot towards you. It's
Yeah,
it's hands and palms staring, facing you now.
I'm trying to.
And mind you, you've got a crap ton of movement too.
It's not. It's only like
And you
It's
were like
50
right about
feet.
like here or something. Oh, 50 feet? Okay.
So I kind of like
Yeah, you do whatever you want. You got a lot of
I
movement to
zoom.
play with.
I
Yeah.
zoom back here.
The hand still stared, trained on you as you're leaving. What else would you like to do, Q?
I do one more thing to
Okay.
Pickle, saying, "Don't test me."
You hear him back and say,
I am the one who shall deliver the tests.
I am the one who knocks.
I am the one who knocks.
I was so close to convincing this guy who I know so much about, kind of, to just give it up and
Yeah.
going.
You were close. Perfect. If that's your turn, Eltran, you see 3 Muppets swinging their fabric blades in front of you, none of them able to pierce your small, itty-bitty little body. What would you like to do? Stomach's still burning inside of you.
I'm gonna knock an arrow,
Okay.
but as a bonus action, I'm going to breathe fire onto this guy in front of me, also
Okay.
setting the arrow ablaze.
Oh, I like it. Okay, so you're gonna shoot ahead. You're shooting still at Gesso.
No, I'm gonna shoot at this guy.
Oh, you
He
shoot
looks
a
like he's
pickle.
running away.
Okay, I like it. So in a cone, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because it's a cone of just
It's-
death.
No, it says it. I think it says target. A specific
okay.
target.
Oh, perfect. Okay, I'll say it's like a line of 30 feet of damage. So you get like this much damage.
Okay.
So you breathe the fire. Go ahead, just because it's funny. Roll 4d6 damage for me. I'm gonna see if any of them save. No, they don't.
46. That's 8
8
damage.
damage. This Muppet immediately just lights on fire. Just dead. And this one is dead as well, on fire. And I will say, as residual, it also catches these on fire, and they kind of flail around and just kind of die off in the distance.
These poor guys.
Yeah, these poor Muppets. The same one going whoop, 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 and it's like doing like staccato, like whoop, 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 off in the distance. Perfect. So you murdered quite a few of them.
He's alive. I'm keeping that one alive. I'm going to shoot at Pickle with my flaming arrow.
Perfect. Roll an attack.
Hold on, back to here. That's a 21 to hit.
21 will hit. I'll say you can add a 1d4 fire damage to that.
1d4. Wham. That's 4 damage.
So 4, and then click on the bow
And then
itself.
plus the extra bow damage.
6 so
damage.
10 points of damage in total. You smack him in the head, and it again busts through his armor, and it sticks into his shoulder, and it's and he kind of he rips it out and he throws it on the ground. As the arrow gets thrown on the ground and like ricochets off the ground, it kills this one. Just absolutely just impales him suddenly. Just like wah! Completely gone. All right, so you got an action and a bonus action. What would you like to do for movement? If you would.
Oh yeah, I can move.
You can.
That's a thing I could do.
And I'll say because this one's on fire as well as this one, you've got like a little bit of cover. So this hand doesn't quite know where you're at. In fact, I'll roll a perception check. Yeah, I don't know. Just rolled a 4. Just no clue where you're at.
It's epic.
It knows you're like in the area, but it doesn't know you're like your specific location.
Can I run through the Muppets because I'm so small?
Yeah, go for it. Let me roll an attack of opportunity at disadvantage.
True. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they rolled a 5. They go, ha! And they, as they're swinging, as you run between them, they finally get their knife situated where they have the slightly pointy, like you know how like some fabric can be like a little bit pointed and a little bit jagged in some ways. They finally get in, they're like, ha! And they stab each other and they kill each other in the head.
Jesus.
Whoops. Clumsy
He's
little.
a very competent warrior.
They're Muppets. What do you want? And that's your turn, unless you want to try something else. I don't know if you can do anything else.
I can't do anything else. I can move right here though.
Perfect. Yeah, right there is perfect. You see the Muppets, they're shaking. These two are not like they're from accounting. They didn't know they were gonna be here. They're like there's an office meeting. What is happening? And here they are, just like ah! It's
Can
your
I
turn.
talk?
Oh yeah,
can I
oh
talk
yeah.
to them?
Go ahead and talk to them. What would you like to say to the Muppets?
I feel like If you don't hit me, I promise I'll speak to your boss and talk about getting you a better deal on your 401k.
Roll a persuasion check. Why not? 12.
That's a 12.
Roll against it. 7. Yeah, they believe you. You watch as
Yes.
these two Muppets kind of walk around to get behind you and say, okay. This one, unfortunately, falls down to its death and gets grinded up into gears. But you now have one Muppet companion. That's that one right here. And it is now working for you.
Oh, I could persuade these guys. I could persuade the Whooper. Yeah.
It is your turn. Remy, you just got out of the dog pile. You see a pile of writhing Muppets next to you. You hear the incessant, obnoxious sound of this one going, whoop, 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 whoop. What would you like to do?
Can I grab the favorite Muppet and like shove his neck in my belt so I can take him home?
So you would have to move through some of these Muppets to try and, like, there's a big writhing, like, massive Muppets that just got tangled up and like, sorry, sir. Get off my face. Get off of me. Like, they're all trying to get off each other and get you. So they would get an attack of opportunity, and you'd have to get to this one specifically. Do you still want to try and do it? Mind you, you guys do have weapons of destruction that you can use. It's up to you. Do whatever you want. I'm not trying to persuade you one way or the other.
Mine does.
I decided to give you a horn similar to something you've used in other mediums.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's a horn of blasting. So you can use an action to speak the horn's command word, which you can make up, and blow the horn, which emits a thunderous blast in a 30-foot cone that is audible 600 feet away. Each creature in the cone must make a Constitution saving throw of 15. On a failed save, a creature takes 5d6 thunder damage and is deafened for 1 minute. On a successful save, a creature takes half the damage and isn't deafened. Creatures and objects made of glass or crystal have disadvantage on the saving throw and take 10d6 thunder damage instead. So, that's your horn if you want to use it, but you're standing there. It's totally up to you what you want to do. You don't have to use it if you don't want to.
Can I use my horn and not hit our favorite little guy?
You can, yeah. And so 30-foot cone would be something like this. Oh, you would also hit that. Oh God, wow, you're gonna kill everything.
Yeah, I would like to kill the hand cloth thing.
Oh my God. Okay, so you all right, go ahead and oh my God, you're about to kill so many things. Go ahead and roll. That's hilarious. Go ahead and roll 5d6. So you can even just roll d6 5 times if you wanted to. Let me see if they there's probably no it honestly depends on the damage. They're so low level. It's just going to be oh my God. Okay, well, I mean, let's just do it just in case. No, they fail. Literally in front of you, arriving. I can't even like describe how much death and destruction as these Muppets go. They reach up to their head and go, and they just their heads just explode with cotton and buttons everywhere. Just an array of just horror and gore of Muppet proportions as these Muppets all just explode into just a mass of fabric. The fabric in front of you, it's just nothing but stuffing. It's horrifying. But you did not affect the Muppet to your right. That is the treasured little guy. But you did kill all these. Q, you look down as Remy's doing the impossible. You also do quite a bit of damage to the hand. The hand is now like it's kind of like it's like wiggling its fingers obnoxiously, like you would see in like freaking Elden Ring. As you definitely did some serious damage to that hand. So you did it. You done did it. You killed a lot of creatures. So that's your action. What would you like to do for your bonus action and your movement?
Can I hop over the one on the, I guess it would be to my right?
This one right here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're...
And grab the guy.
Okay, yeah, so you want to jump over him. Do an athletics check for me.
Oh, no.
6! Let me roll over it, see if he helps or does anything. With a 4, he is he doesn't try and grapple you, so you jump. It's a really pathetic jump because as you're jumping, you kind of knee him in the face, and it's like ah, and he falls on him, and he's like you're standing on him, and underneath him is like the wiggling. He's like writhing around, it's like he's trying to get him. So you're now on top of this Muppet, and you're staring at him, and this one's just kind of like it's just kind of like arms down at his side, just kind of like looking around. You want to try and grab him or? Well,
I mean, in a very gentle, loving way.
Yeah. So as you grab him, you a strangled gasp comes out of it as you grab him by the neck. You stuff him on your belt, and he's now hanging lifelessly. His head still like on your belt. And you have the Muppet in tow. So you've accomplished your goal of getting the special little guy. This is insane. This is insane.
That's it. That's all I wanted to do.
Perfect. It's now Pickles' turn. Pickles grasping his ears. Oh, God. Everyone around him is grasping their ears as well, as some of the Muppets are starting to lose faith, as they're starting to slowly pile up over here. And Pickle kind of pushes through more. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. He's trying to make a break for it as he's slowly pushing through these Muppets. Some of them fall off and die a horrible grinding death, as they're all just kind of like, he's just pushing Muppets out of the way. His plan's falling apart. And he looks at the hand, and he kind of waves his hand itself, and the hand starts to slowly, let me see who it sees real quick. It was looking at Q and Remy. Oh my gosh. It looks at you, Q, in the air, and it starts to slowly approach. And it is right underneath you. You watch as this hand, it takes one of the Muppets that's just kind of standing there staring, looking at awe at Q up in the air, and it's like, how's he doing that? The other one's, it's like, all right, sorry, buddy. And the hand takes one of the Muppets and launches it at you, Q. Q, make an athletics check at advantage. Do you dodge the Muppet missile? 20! Oh my God! The Muppet gets launched towards you in through the stratosphere. It flies up, it passes you, and it falls down into the writhing gears and gets grinded up into nothingness. That was the move of the hand. It's probably about 5 feet underneath you. It's not right up on you, but it's right underneath you, and it could try to grab you. So a Muppet missile is not a sentence I ever thought I would hear. This is true. Perfect. So it is now your turn, Q. What would you like to do?
Is it in melee attack range?
Not quite. I'll say probably like 10 feet away. It's if it could on its next turn, it could reach up and grab you and completely encapsulate you, kind of like before.
But also, it's not an attack of opportunity range, or is it in that range?
It's not necessarily. It's lower than you by about 10 feet. So it's not. If you move right now, you're safe. You can't get hit.
Okay.
By the way, you look down and you see it's almost like Homelander just came in and just annihilated everybody in existence. I mean, absolute chaos and just burning and fire, Muppets running all over the place. It's horrifying.
I'm gonna continue trying to persuade
okay.
Pickle.
All right.
Also, how around is 6 seconds? Is that right?
It's about 6 seconds, yeah.
I'm trying to think of how many turns I can actually do this, because it lasts for 1 minute. So
that's like 10 rounds. Yeah, you got this for a while.
I say, I don't want to ask you again. Stand down, or you will feel my wrath. This is your last warning.
Make a persuasion check. See if you can convince him to stand down and I'm gonna
keep
12. Let's see. A 4 with a 4. Pickle stops what he's doing. You notice he's kind of running towards there's a door. There's at least a pathway over here he's trying to escape to, because he summoned an army. He made a deal with the devil. The devil laughed because he got screwed out of the deal. He got an army of Muppets. And he's like, this is not, I wanted an army of goblins, not goblin Muppets. What is happening?
Yeah. So, question.
Yeah.
Is this lit? I don't know how the timeline of Pickle works, but is this Lich
yes,
Pickle? Or?
This is time-traveling Lich Pickle. For those who don't know, Pickle's a long-standing member of any one-shot that I do. This is a character I played once, and I bring him into stuff. He's like a time-traveling, dimension-hopping individual, if you will. It's a lot of fun to use. I love him as a kind of plot device.
Oh, so what does he do?
What does he do?
You said he was running to it, and then
yeah. So right now he stopped. He stopped, and he's kind of just standing there panting. And he's not facing you, and it doesn't look like he's saying anything, but he has stopped.
What is Jessup again? Are they?
Jessup?
They're a Goliath, right?
They are a Goliath barbarian, yeah. And they're still floating there, and the glass is chipped at the top from looks like an arrow from Eltrin.
Let the Goliath go and show my followers the way out of here.
Is that what you say to him?
Yes.
Okay. He responds by saying,
You will never find a way out of here. You will never find out of here ever. Never! Never ever! You get to deal with these Muppets now.
Is there anything else you would like to do for your turn?
Right
now, it does not look like he's moving any further, but he is standing still.
I want to hold a magic missile if the hand does anything.
Okay, perfect. We can do that. Anything else? Movement? Or...
That's it.
Okay. Altran, it's your turn. You've got a Muppet minion at your disposal, and you've got an entire group of Muppets kind of staring you down right now. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I didn't even... I did go with everybody else. No, you're good. It's your turn. Take it. Take it away.
Okay, I'm gonna burn a line.
So I just realized that they don't know what's going on. So
the Muppets? Yeah, they're just... Yep.
No. I mean, the party members don't know I told Pickle to...
No, yeah, so, yeah, no, good point. Sorry, I didn't know what you were specifying. Yeah, so, Eltran, you watch as Pickle kind of just stopped and looks worried on his face. And Remy, you're just, you know.
Trying to persuade our fun friend. I love him.
What would you like to do, Eltran? You want to burn a line?
Yeah, bonus action burn a line here.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll some damage for me, and I'll see if they succeed or not. Depends on how much damage you do.
It's a 4d6, right?
I believe so.
It's a 7 damage.
7 damage? Okay. They rolled a 14. They take half as much, so they take 3 damage. But they're such low-level creatures. This one definitely catches on fire and just kind of deflates. And this one also just kind of catches on fire and deflates. This one, as you're burning that line, just kind of go, bam. This one also dies in a horrible range of just fire and death. Just absolute, just Muppet destruction. But this one's hanging on. It kind of cuts through them. Yeah. So you do pretty good damage.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna look at this one and say, "What's your name?"
Oh, it looks at you. Looks at you and it says,
My name is Garfunkel.
Okay, Garfunkel, follow me.
Okay.
Avoid the fire, and I'm going to come up here.
You said avoid the fire?
Yes, avoid the fire.
Right, so these three are all on fire, and it goes, let me roll a dexterity check real quick.
Please.
It pops over the fire, kind of like as it jumps, it becomes like a long line of fabric, and it shoots the gap like a like a dolphin out of the ocean. It's right behind you. It's right there with you.
Okay. Can I see Pickle?
You can. Right past the little Muppet that's staring at you, like head bobbing. This one's kind of spaced out. It's kind of like just staring at you, like, "Hey man, welcome in. We're to spell."
I'm gonna point at Pickle.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, "Pickle!" And I'm gonna point back at Garfunkel, and I'm saying, "This one's name is Garfunkel, and he wants a match 75% on his 401k."
Roll a persuasion check, Eltran, for the surrounding. Oh, let me roll against it. Disadvantage. You never know. These are stupid Muppets. 3. Roll a 3. I will say all the ones within a 1 square radius around you start to slowly turn towards Pickle, and they say,
"Wait a second, I didn't know we were getting a 401k.
This one up in front of it, it's like, "Oh yeah, bro, that's messed up, bro. What are you doing?" These ones especially are staring at Pickle now, and it looks like you've gained more companions.
I'm just gonna say, I come from the workers' union.
You're unionizing. Okay, so I'll say that was your action to kind of like persuade these Muppets onto your side. They've now joined you in this effort to fight back against Pickle. This is the most ridiculous one shot I've ever run in my life. I just want to announce that to anybody watching this or the VOD.
Really?
This is ridiculous.
This is awesome.
I'd say the last one I did with you too. That one's more ridiculous. But...
Muppet Army's up there. All right, Eltram, what else would you? Anything else you can do, or
I can't do anything else.
Okay, perfect. Remy, it's your turn. You feel the minor weight of a flopping Muppet right next to you, and you've got these other Muppets staring at you and staring over you. What would you like to do?
I would like to run. Well, I don't know of Pickle being there, do I?
Not really. You can't really see him. You're kind of at a similar height to some of these Muppets, but you can't really differentiate. A lot of them are green. He's green. It's like, I don't really know. You can roll a perception check if you want. It will be a disadvantage because you're kind of in the thick of it, if you will. It's up to you. You can do that for free if you want. 11. Let me see if he can... I rolled a natural 1. I'm going to say you can see him.
I am going to run in front of him and kind of block his path.
Okay, so you want to use your action as a dash to run through the Muppets?
Yes.
Okay, so you want to make it all the way over there. Make another athletics check, just for the heck of it. Don't roll a 1. Don't you dare roll a 1. Don't you dare, Remy. You better not. You better not roll a 1. Oh, 14. Let me roll against it. There we go. 2! You run past these Muppets, knocking them out of the way, and you're like, excuse me, pardon me, gotta go. Sorry, excuse me, pardon me. You hop up over here. Same, this is your Muppet in tow. Whoop, 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 whoop. And you're standing right now in front of Pickle. Pickle kind of like juts up looking at you, and it's like,
The rat god.
you're staring him down.
Do you want to talk this over? I have some cheese.
So I'll say that it was your action to move over there, and you, as your free action, you're saying, I want to give you some cheese to talk this over. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll see what he says on his turn. Anything else you wanted to do?
I don't think so.
Don't think so. Okay, perfect. It is now Pickle and the army of Muppets' turn. Rumors start to spread pretty quickly throughout the army of Muppets, especially around Eltran, as they start to realize that they've never understood what the word union means, but I think they slowly start to get it. Well, some of them do. It looks like these two right here kind of get it. These two are still on attack mode. Time to do what Master said. These start to slowly approach. Pickle looks down at you, Remy, and says,
You whisper dangers into my ears. You tried to destroy my kingdom. I will sunder you.
He's going to roll for a scratching, clawing attack right at you, Remy. He goes, "Ah!" He's going to roll an attack at disadvantage. Does a 13 hit you, Remy?
Yes, it does.
It does. You take 3 points of slashing damage as his gnarled, possibly infected fingers scratch against your skin in a disgusting manner, taking out a chunk of fur and flesh, just barely missing the whooping Muppet at your hip. Still dragging lifeless along the ground. So that's
I'm glad he's safe.
That is his attack. He's then going to try and move past you. Whooper, he runs past you. Oh, I'm sorry. Pushing past all the Muppets. You do get an attack of opportunity if you'd like.
Do it.
It's up to you. You can use your Noodles Needle. You can attack however you like.
I'll use Noodles Needle.
Perfect. Go ahead and click on Noodles Needle and roll for that attack. 20 definitely hits. That absolutely hits. Go and roll some damage. 6 piercing damage as you hit him with the slice down right down like the back of his like the back of his legs basically. He falls down to the ground prone. He's now like down on the ground, and these Muppets are surrounding him, and you cut him good. He's, for the sake of the party and everybody who can see him, you especially, Q, you see him drop down in this mosh pit of Muppets, standing, just kind of crouched down, and he's kind of like, he's down there, and he looks really hurt, really hurt. Perfect. We now go back to the over here to the hand. The hand's going to approach here. How high up in the air are you, Q?
Did I say 10? I'm trying to think of how.
I
would have.
Yeah, I think it was like 10.
I
feet.
haven't ascended or descended, so I think it was 10.
Yeah, I think it was 10 as well. Let me look at one thing real quick. Okay, so it can go upwards. Yeah, so this hand can fly. So it's going to run up, and it's going to try and grab you. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Could I do a magic missile while I see it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, dude, you fire your magic missile first, and then make a dexterity saving throw. Yeah, because you were holding that.
Okay.
5. And you do all 3. Yes. Oh, my gosh. 12 points of damage as you smash into it. The hand's looking a little rough as well. It's looking a little rough, but it reaches up, and you see the shadow. You see this massive hand reaching up and grabbing towards you as it clenches down on top of you. You're now stuck in the fist of this hand, with the broom kind of smashed up against your face. You're like, oh god. So you are now currently grappled. And we go to the top of the turn order to UQ. Yeah.
How much does this thing weigh?
It's
Is it less than 400 pounds? That's all it matters.
Definitely less than 400 pounds. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's definitely not that much, but its clenching power is enough to like restrain you pretty well. Yes. So you're now clenched with this creature grabbing you. To get out of it, you have to make I believe it's a strength check. I think that's what we were doing, correct? Yeah, contested. So it would be contested athletics to get out of its grasping grip. What would you like to do, Q?
But it is my turn.
Yeah, your turn.
Because you said I could try again. Can I try to manifest fireball again?
Yeah, you know what? You feel something inside of you. You're like, you know what? I can do this. You can make an Arcana check. I'll say that's your bonus action if you want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it. Oh, no. Let me roll against it. Let's just see.
Come on.
14. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You
Damn.
feel the fireball in you. You're like, yeah, this is my moment. But it doesn't quite.
I should have been doing this. I should have been doing this every turn.
So that's your bonus action. You could still use your action to try and get a contested athletics check to wiggle out from between his fingers. Ah, God, you're stuck. It's up to you.
Did I just stab it and it's right in front of me, or?
No, so it's not in front of you. It's on top of you. It's grabbed you.
Oh,
it's like
okay.
it has you, and you're in its fist right now. So in
So
order to
athletics,
do
you said?
athletics, yeah, if you want to get out, it's got to be a contested athletics check. Ooh, wait a second. That might be enough. Let me check.
Why is this? I would rather have fireball than this.
I'm going to go and roll against it. And let's see. Oh my, it rolled a 19. I'm not messing with you. I would not fudge the dice. It does roll a 19.
I hate you, dice gods.
You start to
worship rep.
You start to push against the finger, but it squishes and squeezes just a little bit tighter, and you're still kind of stuck floating in the air with this thing around you. You still have the mental connection to Pickle. I mean,
in a last dish effect, I say, I think it's call off your hand. It's hurting my
this
follower.
hurts. So you think that, and he hears this in strained grunts of like, get your hand off of me. And Pickle responds, and he kind of looks in your direction. And he says,
I couldn't control that thing even if I wanted to anymore.
and he's still on the ground, holding his the back of his right thigh because Remy took a chunk out of it. We then move to Eltran. It is your turn. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Muppets at your disposal now.
I do.
You do.
I'm part of the union. I would never hurt my workers. So I'm going to cast Entangle here.
Okay.
Actually, here. It's because that's 20 feet.
And doesn't it go like
in a square.
Yeah,
yes.
so all these get entangled.
Yep.
Okay.
Save DC of 13.
Okay.
Wham.
Okay, at disadvantage. Ew, with a 10 from all the Muppets suddenly get entangled. Do they take any damage?
No, it's just a hold. It's just a hold.
Okay, so these Muppets over on the side, they've been jumping rope the entire time, but the ropes come to life. It was a branch all along, and they just get tangled up in it. For Pickle. Ooh, oh, that's not good. I dropped my D20. With a 3 from before, he is also entangled on the ground, held down to the ground by these vines that come out of nowhere. So you got him. He's on the ground.
Yes, finally it worked.
That is the first time it's worked for you, hasn't it?
It is absolutely the first time it's worked. I'm going to gonna yell out and be like, Pickle, you owe these guys health care.
Oh my god.
And I yell it loud to make sure that at least up to like these people can hear.
Okay, roll a persuasion check for me.
Please. that's a dirty one.
Right. Let me roll against that at disadvantage. Oh, that's not looking good. Oh, they are all convinced. All of them start to pivot around. They think for a second. They're like, I don't even know what healthcare is, but I want it. They are starting to slowly push. Remy, you feel the wiggling approval of the whooping Muppet on your hip as it starts to be like whoop, 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 whoop. It's in agreement. So, yeah, we deserve healthcare, dang it. What are you talking about? What do you mean we got benefits, dang it? This isn't fair. They're all staring down this
3-week vacation.
Yeah, come on, man. They're all staring him down. So you've convinced quite a few. Didn't quite get these, but you have anyone pointed towards Pickle right now is convinced. This is the most ridiculous way that I thought. I did not think this is how this was going to go.
Wait, you thought we were going to kill them all?
I thought you were going to use your weapons to murder them all. Not unionize them.
Wrong.
Murder. I can't mortar though. What am I gonna do?
You're sucking a hand. All right. Anything else you'd like to do? You got a movement. You've used, I'd say, your bonus action and action to kind of do your thing.
I do have my movement.
Yeah.
I can't move.
It's up to you. Yeah. I mean,
you can.
I kind of can, but I don't want to push this guy because he might fall into a fire.
Garfunkel's they're behind you and they're like, you tell him you're the best. You're the best union manager ever.
Me, who has no experience being a union organizer.
We jump. To
that's
Remy.
the end of my turn.
You're perfect. We jump to Remy. You see all these vines entangle them, and you see it like jutting through their mouth and like tangling around their face as they're like, you know, they're all just kind of muffled Muppet cries. What would you like to do, Remy?
I'm gonna demand that Pickle give all of the convinced Muppets 3 weeks of paid time off.
Oh my god! You don't want to kill any of the Muppets or nothing?
No, why would I do that?
Have you not seen what we've been doing? We've been trying to save them.
Yeah. We haven't killed any of them.
Oh god, you
totally have not killed any of them.
Meanwhile, there's an entire just like cone of just like head exploded Muppets with their cotton leaking. Oh my gosh.
There's not.
All right, so yeah, you yell at Pickle to try and demand them to have rights, and he's looking over in your direction and he's like, you will regret this, creature. And he's just pinned to the ground. He's looking very bloodied, very messed up. I'll say that was your free action. I'll give you a free action there.
I'll take out Noodle's needle and just hold it very close to his neck.
Okay, so there is a
Not
Muppet in
cut
the
him.
way that's just kind of like he did get tangled, I believe, right?
Indeed, that was
He's
within the
tangled.
cone.
So he's
I mean,
tangled like
sorry.
up against like the pipe itself, kind of looking back and forth between the two of you awkwardly. Like his face, his neck is up, but like the rest of his body is like flat fabric up against the pipe as he's like, oh my god. So you could step on and over him, but you would step on his face. He doesn't care. He's a Muppet.
I'll step on him.
You step on him as you move up on him, and are you trying to threaten Pickle? Like you're up on him trying to threaten him? Roll an intimidation check for me.
Please
Never
intimidate
works
him.
well.
These guys need no.
4. Let me get a
Now
there we
one.
go. I rolled a 5. I'm not messing with you. I rolled a 5.
It's always by like 1 or 2.
I think. Disney, I
Five.
think
Five.
you
5.
have
I'm not even
cursed
lying.
dice.
I would never lie to you. 5.
I think you're cursed. I think your dice are cursed.
So you go in there, you try and intimidate him, and he looks up at you and goes, "Never, never, they will never." Weighted dice. Shake my head. So your intimidation doesn't quite work, even though a knife is at his throat and these vines are keeping him intact. What else would you like to do? Got a bonus action?
Can I stab him?
Uh,
Mildly cut.
I will say, you know what? We'll say the bonus action was I'm okay with the intimidation persuade checks being like bonus actions. We've been doing that for tonight. So I will say you can roll an attack with Noodle's Needle. It is going to be an advantage because he is prone and restrained. It definitely hits. He's on the ground. So go ahead and, roll for some damage. 5 piercing. Remy Redrum, how would you like to slay Pickle?
No, he has to give these people the healthcare.
You stab down, and you what would you like to do? How would you like to kill him? I'm giving you guys. That was a critique you guys sent last time. I'd like to give you the option to describe your death, the death of your enemy.
I feel bad. He's evil, but I feel bad.
Oh, don't feel bad. No, dude, give it to him.
I'm
You
gonna.
don't know the start of how evil this guy is.
Yeah.
Eat his brains.
He deserves it. Trust me.
Yeah, I'll get him in his brain.
Oh,
His brain tastes like cheese. Eat it.
you feel a tickle down your spine, Remy, as you're like, oh God, this is exactly what I was born for. As you stab into his head and you puncture right into his cheek, up into his brain, through his sinus cavity, and you stab into him and he goes, and he himself starts to deflate like a Muppet. As it looks like you've stabbed into fabric. You're finally close enough, closer than anyone's been here, and you finally stab into him, and he himself dissipates slowly as fabric material dissipates into the air, and he says, "You will pay for this." The battle music stops that none of you can hear as Pickle, the Muppet Pickle, dissipates into this fabric. All of the Muppets around him, they stop. And they drop with a kerthunk all of the fabric knives that they had in front of them. And they all just stand there staring at you. What? Up above, Q, you especially see this, especially since the hand itself starts to release you. And it's like, oh, you can finally breathe as the hand starts to slowly dissipate and dissolve into pink mist as it kind of scatters across the wind. All the gears and the grinding stops, comes to a halt. As the Muppets, they all look around, and they look around at all of you. The whooping Muppet goes, whoop, 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 whoop. And it's still on your hip by its neck. And it looks like any type of combat has ceased. The Pickle defeated. It looks like they're not really hostile anymore.
And I don't feel a link to Pickle anymore.
As far as you know, in this realm of existence, you cannot feel a link to Pickle.
So that means he is not within 4 miles of me.
He is not
Anyway.
within many dimensions of you.
I don't know, but he only knows that. So I immediately
absolutely.
I immediately go over to Gesso and has anything happened with them? Or are they still floating in the
Still
tube?
floating in this tube. They're still kind of like ethereally floating in this tube. Yeah, they're still there.
Is there like a door in the tube? Is there an opening? Or
Make an investigation check. Remy and Eltrin, you can also describe what you want to do while we're doing this.
I'm gonna look towards Garfunkel.
You don't really
Below
notice.
it.
There's not really a hatch or like an access point that you can notice.
I yell, "Does anyone know how to get him out of this?"
Hold on, give me a second. And I look to Garfunkel and I'll say, "We did good.
You did it.
Everybody gets free healthcare.
Yay!
And I'm going to produce a flower
Okay.
and I'm gonna say this is free healthcare. Since they don't know what free healthcare is. So I can
The Garfunkel looks at the flower, takes it, Starts to eat it.
This is good enough for me, and I'm going to knock an arrow and shoot where I shot.
Okay, roll an attack. If you roll 1, you hit Q.
That roll 1.
Hey, 19. Roll some damage on it.
Okay, oops, I always close the the tab that I have open. That's a 7.
7. Water starts jutting out the side of it as Muppets start to slowly get washed down the side. They all start to slowly get washed down the side of the... They all slowly just drown and fall into the abyss below. It's their own fault. They're Muppets. As water starts to pour out, it dumps all the way out. This one gets swept up as well as this one and this one and this one. As the body of Gesso kind of crashes out and plops down on the ground over here next to where the water. Muppet discrimination. Don't know.
Are they like continuously going down, or
they kind of go to a stop because there's a lot of Gesso is a heavy dude, so he kind of comes to a stop and he's still unconscious.
I kind of go over and like tap him on the face, like wake, and then kind of in the movies when you're like trying to wake someone up.
Make a medicine check.
Medicine.
5.
Of course.
Yeah, you kind of smack him a little bit, and right when you touch his cheek, his skin is, normally, Jesso's skin is unbelievably warm. But right now it feels cold. You don't feel like Jesso's dead, but you definitely don't feel like he's awake and alert. Seems like he's unconscious.
I try to make a mental link.
You try and make a mental leak, and nothing's really happening. You're not really catching on to like anything.
He's dead. Gotta find a new friend.
Norl will return as Whooper the Muppet.
I would like to.
Remy and Eltran, what would you guys like to do? Sorry.
I'm gonna walk up to Gesso.
Okay.
Through these guys, just like
Okay.
Excuse me, sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, perfect. All right, go ahead and roll for the amount.
Yeah. Cure Wound.
Go for it. By the way, Remy, you still have the whooping Muppet next to you. Oh yeah, Gesso immediately like spits up some water all across his chest, and he sits up suddenly. All the Muppets slowly start to like turn around and look at him, and they're like, they're all looking at him. Some of the other ones are like the two of them are in an argument in the distance. Two of them are making tea, but most of them are staring at Gesso, and they're like, oh God, what is this? Yeah, so Jesso's awake. Gesso goes, what happened?
We got an army.
What do you mean you got an army? Looks around and he sees these Muppets staring at all of you. Where are we? What is this? Don't ask. Don't.
We don't know.
Okay, so what's the last thing you remember?
Don't ask.
No. What's the last thing you remember?
I remember being grabbed by that awful hand, and it crushed me. I couldn't breathe, and I passed out. And then now I'm here.
Well, we were in some white void we threw around with our minds, and then we saw this opening, and this like shark was gonna eat us. And this guy named Larry or something was here, and he commanded all these Muppet people. Don't know what a Muppet is, but I think one of them said Muppet, and then we killed the guy, and now we woke you up.
Okay, I don't know.
That's why I said don't ask.
Yeah, you're probably right. Okay, well, I mean, is it safe? Do we need to hurt anybody?
Unless you want to.
No, we're not hurting anyone.
Okay.
They weren't asking you.
Garfunkel walks up to you, Eltran, and says,
We're not sure where we're supposed to go either. I forgot the voice. We're not really sure where we're supposed to go either. What do we do?
And I turn
a better job.
and I say, do the best you can. Have fun and drink water. It's good for you.
Oh, they
very confused.
Garfunkel goes, yeah, water. Yeah, water. Remy, what would you like to do? You've got the whooping Muppet next to you. He's kind of staring up at you, smiling. Ah! would you like to do?
We love him.
I'm gonna walk over to Gesso and take the Muppet by its head and just kind of place him down.
Like, do
in
you take
front
him
of
out of your
Gesso.
hip belt?
Yeah,
Okay, so
just by the noggin.
you go over
you
here.
like put it down like a cat.
Yeah, I put it down like a little cat, and I say, we have a new friend."
God.
This is our new party member.
The whooping it sits on Jesso's lap and it's still like straight up going like whoop, 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 whoop. And just it doesn't no English in sight. Gesso says, "Oh, okay," and she kind of he kind of like pets it a little bit, and the little Muppet like kind of snuggles up against his chest and it's kind of like lays there, but like in the jutting like Cookie Monster kind of way where it's like whoop whoop, like kind of like well bam, like up against it suddenly, like in the sharp turn, and it's like okay, all right. So you're in this dimension. You see all these Muppets kind of surrounding you, and the clockwork and the steam has kind of come to a close. Off in the distance, you see the portal open up again. This purple light kind of bursting through, shining in the distance.
Yeah. Well, get on, everyone. I want to try and see if I can take this home with me.
Everyone?
Would they weigh?
Everyone on the broom.
They all hear you and say, "We're gonna have a home."
No. Not
Let me roll again.
not you guys.
Everyone.
Just the friends.
They rolled a 14. Go ahead and roll a intelligence check against
God.
this. They think they're coming home with you.
I say, hi. Then I immediately just, without, and I immediately just assume.
Okay, so Gesso, Eltran, and Remy, as well as Whoopi. You can call this. What do you want to name this Muppet, by the way?
Whooper.
Whooper?
Yeah.
How do you
Yeah,
spell?
Whooper.
How do you spell Whooper? This is the most
Whooper.
ridiculous thing on planet Earth. My God. Whooper. Whooper the Muppet's now still sitting on Jesso's lap. Whoop, 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 whoop.
We love him.
So Q runs through the portal. Q, we'll get back to you in just a second. So Remy, Eltran, and Gesso stands up. The Whooper kind of still snuggles up into Jesso's arms and is now being held and still like stiff as a board and kind of like jutting around, wiggling. And Gesso says, "I guess we should leave, but I don't know what to do with the rest of these things."
Pop back out. Let them die for all I care.
So if you push through the portal, you can't. We'll get back to that. But that's, if you wanted to say that before you went out, you're more than welcome to.
Nah, that's whatever.
Okay.
I was gonna make the cartoon thing where people pop out.
Oh yeah, like pop out. Yeah. Eltran and Remy, what would you guys like to do?
I'm going to, since it's a freaking cantrip, I get to make as many as possible, and as soon as I pass one, I'm just gonna give them a flower and just say it's free healthcare. You earned it.
Oh no, that's adorable. By the way, are you still concentrating on the entangle spell over here?
No.
Okay, yeah, the
Absolutely
entangle
not.
like goes away, and all the Muppets like, ah, God, and they're like pulling twigs out of their mouth, like pulling it out and like kind of throwing it all over the place. As you all walk towards the portal, the Muppets walk with you. They all kind of like jut around and Muppet walk towards with you. As Jesso's carrying the whooping Muppet, they all start to clap, but it sounds like the padded clap of people clapping when they're wearing mittens. So it sounds like a weird thudding, if anything.
Hold on.
Yeah, like one of that. Yeah, it's like a you know, it just doesn't sound right, but it's they're Muppets. What do you want? They're Muppets, you know. And they're all clapping and they're happy together and they're like, yeah, and like one of them's juggling and one's like another one's like with a shovel like trying to scoop up his dead comrades, like push them off the side, like gotta get it presentable. They're Muppets. Remy, what are you doing? You're still over in the corner. Did you want to follow Gesso and Eltran?
Yes. And as I pass a few of them, I'm gonna tell them to follow me.
How loud do you say that?
Oh, very loud.
Let me roll. Oh my god. All right, with a 15, most of, if not all of the Muppets hear you and start to slowly approach the portal. Oh my god, what am I gonna do with this?
The weird disposable weapons.
As you get close to the portal, you start to slowly walk towards it. One of the Muppets crosses this line and then collapses into just an array of just fabric, loose, limp fabric, no life seen behind it. As Remy, you pass, Jesso's left behind, still with Whoopi. And as you pass by this, you see the fire in your stomach kind of dissipates. The horn that you were holding, it dissolves. Q, against your wishes, the broom dissolves into dust.
What that meant is when I was walking through. So I was flying. I was like, I'm leaving. So I was going,
God, were you flying?
You flew and it dissolved as you flew into the portal.
As you were flying, I will say you got through the portal, and as you're going through, you look down and you're like, no, you know.
Now, hey guys, how do I gaslight Tizzy into letting me keep this forever?
No, you pass through and the thing dissolves, and Whoopi,
I've always had it.
Whoopi, he kind of jumps out of Jesso's arm, and Jesso's pulling him past the barrier, and he looks at Jesso and goes, whoop whoop, whoop whoop, and he points down at his comrade who's just fabric on the ground.
Oh no. I'm gonna walk over and I'm just gonna say I'm gonna like hold him and be like, you're gonna have to stay here, buddy.
Whoop 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 whoop. Jesso lets go and pushes towards the portal.
You were a good friend, tears streaming. We love you. Give it a hug.
He hugs you back, but it's also like the neck nestling where it's like suddenly and like, oh, okay, you're here, up against you.
It's fine.
Remy,
I'm very small anyway.
Oh yeah, he like almost like curls around you a little bit like a cat. Remy, what would you like to say to Whooper?
I'm gonna give Whooper a hug.
Oh.
And in my inventory, I have a button that I'm gonna leave with Whooper.
Oh, that's the most precious thing I've ever heard in my life.
How'd you get a button again?
I think that's just been like a character trait or like something that like she's just had.
She steals buttons off of people's jackets and it gives it to other people.
And I'm gonna say, remember me.
Oh. Whoopi takes it and holds it, and just eats it.
It's fine.
He's happy, very very happy little Muppet. Everybody make a perception check. Remy, Q, and Eltran for me. We'll say that Jesso went through the portal. Perception at advantage.
That's an 18. Oh, no, that's a 19, actually.
You see, just barely, you would have almost missed it. These Muppets they're lawful good. But they also are so naive. They don't understand what's in front of them. They don't understand enemies when they see it unless they're directed to see it. And in the distance, over by here, you see pushing through a monstrously sized, demonic-looking, pointed, jagged-looking monster. Everybody roll a history check for me.
Okay, what just did 20?
He's
nope, 5 worse.
14. Eltran, you've heard rumors about this creature as a bone devil. I don't have the character for it because it's not in Roll20. We'll say that this is a bone devil comes by, scoops up Whooper, jumps over all of you, and you can all get an attack of opportunity if you like, and busts
why not?
Through the portal past all of you with Whooper in tow.
17 hit?
17 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
12 hit?
12 does not hit.
Oh.
And Remy, if you'd like to make an attack of opportunity, you can as well. 13 does not hit. Both of you try and swing and shoot an arrow. Doesn't quite hit. Q, you seeing this, you immediately stab into it, and it goes, and you stab right into its leg, and its legs are small and spindly as there's a tail jutting out. This white this like bone white bone devil stab through Whooper, and as it pushes through the portal, Whoopi looks at you and goes whoop, and deflates into just fabric as he pushes. No! You've experienced your first point of loss in the campaign as it pushes through the portal.
I will never forgive you for this.
Whooper and the Bone Devil disappear through the portal, but there is a blood trail from this Bone Devil as it pushes through this portal. Gesso sees it, and it immediately juts past it. Remy, you remember a white type of object, some type of creature behind you when you first went into the bag of holding, and you remember seeing in the corner of your peripherals these long white tendrils trying to reach out for you, and you kind of ascertained that that Bone Devil was trying to get you.
Yes, I do. I do remember that. Indeed.
Yes. So Remy, Q, and Eltran, you see it bust through the portal. What would you like to do?
I'm going to turn to look at everyone.
It's kind of like, are we going to follow this?
You see the portal starting to shimmer.
I think we need to go out. I think we need to go through
like a light
now.
bulb that's about to go out.
Okay, and I turn to look at all the other ones. I'm going to say, it's not easy being green. Remember that. And I run through the portal.
you hear one especially in the back going like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So you all jump through Remy. Do you chase after as well?
Yeah.
All right, you do. I'm so sorry for your loss. And then you make your way back to the Lucky Pony. You see a trail of blood as you all burst through the portal. You see a trail of blood leading towards you look around, and the purple shield is no longer there. You can now make it back up to your room, but you see a trail of blood leading upstairs towards where your room would be.
This can't be good.
There's a little bit of cotton on the ground as well. Do you guys go and follow?
We're chasing after. We need Whooper.
Yeah.
We need to bury his body if he's dead.
You all make your way through the portal, and you go into your room, and you notice that there's blood on the ground, and the window is shattered open as the Bone Devil had bursted through the window. On the bed itself, the bed is cut up a little bit from this Bone Devil escaping. Your dagger clattered on the ground, with Whooper the Muppet laying on the bed at a reasonable size, half of its torso cut off, but its green goblin-like Muppet aperture sitting lifelessly and smiling on the bed.
Okay, so I guess the festival or whatever was going on.
Yeah,
still happening.
You look outside the window.
Yes.
Yeah, you look outside the window and you see just an array of destruction and death around this carriage. You see marks of burns and marks of like ice that's been like encrusted up against a like part of the wall. This was an epic fight. It's a shame you weren't a part of it. As you look down and with that, as you look out, roll a perception check for me at advantage. Q.
Finally!
Yes, let's go, baby. You look and you see that this Bone Devil, the blood from this Bone Devil leads down towards what looks like a manhole sewer grate. It looks like it had gone through a sewer grate. It's like the little manhole is uncovered. And as you're looking at it, you see two beady yellow eyes staring at you as the manhole goes, closes shut.
The Bone Devil is in this world, is in the sewers or something. I don't know. I it's been a long day. I'm going to bed. Nice fault. It's like I collapsed on the bed.
Oh my gosh! So there is glass on the bed, and there's glass at your feet.
You're
more than welcome to sleep if you want. And there's like Bone Devil blood.
I'm like, well, basically, let's say I didn't notice. I go down. I'm just like, do I want to get up or?
It's up to you. Gesso walks in and says, "Oh God!" But Gesso starts to like scoop up some of the blood and put it in like a vial. So I'll say that when Gesso comes back, we'll tell Nora she's got a vial of Bone Devil blood.
The devil's in the sewers, whatever the heck it is. I can't sleep in blood. I've done that one too many times. I look for a clean spot on the floor and just
Easy enough. You find like basically Remy and Eltrin's bed, and you just kind of collapse on that. You're done.
I'm like I'm done.
Yeah.
Just go ahead.
And you feel like that aching bruise of like, oh God, your every inch of skin on you just feels like it's throbbing from being squeezed by that giant hand. It's not a good feeling. So you need space and you want to sleep. That's totally understandable. As you lay down, Remy and Eltran make a perception check on Whooper the Muppet. 12.
13.
15. 13. Okay. Yeah, it looks like a normal puppet / Muppet that you would have as hey Lacey, that you would have as a like a toy, if you will, right? It's just kind of this thing that you have. Eltran and Remy also make an Arcana check for me. Ooh. 6. Remy, you look deep inside the Muppet eyes of Whooper the Muppet, the Goblin Muppet, and you see a slight sparkle.
Oh.
And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Yeah.
No.
How are we gonna explain this to Nora?
We won't. I'll be like, just go watch it. Oh, let me give a close up for Lacey. Look at this beard. Look at this beard.
It's gross. Shave it.
I need to shave it, dude. And my hair's getting too long, bro. Look at this. Look at this beautiful beard. Oh my gosh.
You think your hair's getting too long?
Your hair is way longer. Well, guys, we did it. You've recovered so much. What a great session. What'd you guys think? What are some thoughts you had about the session?
I'm angry.
You're angry?
You killed a
It's gonna
Whooper.
be
But
like, what was this feeling? A fire. I was noticing.
But hey, Remy, you see a slight sparkle in Whooper's eye. His little Muppet button eye. There might be something there.
He will be back.
He will be back.
Well, that is beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, I had a great time DMing for all of you. I want to kind of close things out from here. I love and appreciate all of you so much. Guys, if you have not subscribed already, find the new YouTube channel, Where the Shadows Meet. This one shot was made in response to one of our players being sick. So she wasn't able to make it, so we had a one shot where we could still have a game and still advance the storyline in a way that's going to be fun. So thank you guys so much for watching. Everybody give your love and hugs, virtual love and hugs over to Nora, who could not make it into our stream and our session today. We love and appreciate her so much. She is a wonderful being, and so are all of you. Thank you so much for watching. I had a great time streaming tonight. I will see you Monday, like normal, for another stream. Keep an eye out. I will see you all next day. Lacey, I love you. And I will see you all next time. Y'all have a great night. Deuces.